I remember I genuinely thought mayo and mayonnaise were two different condiments.
No. Do not laugh. Do not laugh.
Keep running. Burger Town. We gonna blow New Jersey up. Oh, wait, what happened? That's a wreck! That's a wreck!
The streets are saying we're going to talk about Nick's clip for 45 minutes. That was a lie. We're going to talk about it for an hour and a half. Featuring our awesome guest who was there live. Come on down, FaZe Adapt.
Oh, by the way, it's a kid slide.
Smooth, actually.
That was smooth. That might have been our best dismount.
All the Olympic judges are putting up numbers right now.
Crazy.
Welcome to the yard. We're going to tuck that in. You got a water to your left if you want. It's on the mic stand.
Thank you.
You sip that whenever you want. How
Yeah,
you doing?
We treat our hostages very well here.
Yeah, can I get anything? Can I get anything else for you? I know we probably have like a beef.
Yeah, man, fuck you, Nick. Bro,
I woke up the next day to a text from him that just said "fuck you."
bro, I got the craziest edits I've seen of me. Why did it have to be me? Like, it could have been.
Oh, that's why it was so perfect. Because I was gone this weekend. I couldn't be there. And I checked Twitter, I checked Reddit, and it was
It's on Reddit.
It's
on Reddit, yeah.
so many places on Reddit.
It's on so many Reddits, too. It's on random Reddits.
Oh, no.
It's on like r/world news.
Bro. It's really tragic, bro.
It's on woodworking.
And
I
what's
just think
crazy-
it's cool.
Philip DeFranco covered it.
I uploaded like a 30-second clip of it, and it has over 1 million views. And usually the watch retention on a short's like 100%. You're doing really good. That means they watch it all the way through. The retention for this clip is 160%, meaning most people watch it through once and then another 60%. What? They're watching through it like 2 times on average.
No, bro, it's not good for my legacy.
It's been clipped and edited so many places. So there's all these different titles and versions of how it's been uploaded. My favorite one is Nick Trickshots Adapt all POVs, and then it's just 6 POVs. Alex and Yingling are cut out. That's my favorite. All
That's
POVs,
so funny.
and
Yeah,
they're still taken out of it.
Alex sent me that exact
Almost all
thing, and he
POVs.
was just like, "Man, fuck streaming. I hate this shit." Bro, just left him out.
I seen an edit. It was the dialogue from the Cars movie where he's like, "Nah, McQueen is fading." The commentator. And it's me getting trick shot. Then it like pans to like all my old clips like super fast in black and white, and I'm like, "Damn, bro."
It's like the Cars 3 crash scene.
I feel like I
Holy.
owe you an apology.
For what?
I made a whole stink about FaZe swag.
Oh yeah, I tried to tell you.
And I thought you were trying to hustle me because I didn't know about this swag and I only saw 4,000 videos of COD, and you're trying to tell me it's different. It turns out it's different.
It is very different.
It turns out 4,000 Warzone videos does not help you in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Well,
chance.
he was still their best player.
In COD 4, but Modern Warfare 2, he was butt.
They were kind of all butt.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, honest to God, we were talking about it
COD 4
after.
was cooking.
COD 4 he was playing
cooking.
good.
He was the best player in COD
Ron
4.
was the best at Black Ops.
Yeah.
He got 32 kills, I think.
Yeah, where do you think it went wrong?
Where it went wrong?
Yeah.
The first time I shot my sniper in the first game, that's where everything went wrong. Wow. I got a
small
no-scope
domino.
spawn shot cross map hit marker.
I know.
And I couldn't talk about it.
He got it on me. No one realized that.
I didn't know. We didn't know
At
about
the beginning of the game,
Bro.
I like spawn. I do the same thing every time in a comp match. I look at the slide to see if anyone goes plane, and I just get hit markered. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, Adapt has some crazy spot that he learned. I don't see anyone. And I didn't even know he hit markered me.
I just remember that spawn shot from MW2. Everyone would go up that ladder.
Yeah.
Like if you were trick shotting in 6-mans, you would at least get 1 or 2 shots off.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
So I looked, I was in my scope. I didn't see anyone. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to shoot. And I saw the fucking transparent X, and I started getting PTSD, bro, from when I was
This
a
is
kid.
the equivalent slime for my non-COD playing friend. So
Yeah,
like when you're at the
please.
blackjack table,
Okay.
and you have like your main hand, but you also have like the Mickey Mouse bets. He just sat down at a random blackjack table and was like, whatever, $10 on it, and got every card but one.
Yeah, you all need like jacks that are facing to the left.
Yeah, one was facing to the right.
He's like 5 on it.
What the fuck?
Nice.
My first hand.
Yeah.
It was the first time I shot my gun in the tournament. I was like, no. But I think where we went wrong is we really pulled up on just we were like, fuck it, let's just go. Like,
Yeah, you guys were way more. Ron was jumping into the pool beforehand.
Oh my God, did you see what my teammates were doing?
Yeah.
An hour before the match. They were riding a bicycle off of a ramp into the pool with full knee pads
And
on.
then I feel like most of the prep was getting the suits on.
Oh yeah, that might have been the most work we put into the tournament. More so than even practicing on the game. Yeah, was getting.
Yeah, they might be more
We sat on
lit.
the phone and talked about it too. Yeah,
They might be more lit. They might have more money.
They live like cartel
more
members.
bodies, but we won the video game.
yeah. No, we got to run it back, bro. We're not like that.
That's even who's a true gamer. Just like, I don't care. I don't care.
Here's my question: if we did run it back, would you bring the same crew, or would you try to upgrade your crew?
I
There's a
don't know.
pride thing there, right?
I feel like if we didn't bring the same crew, it would be a little bit different. But also,
You for sure can't bring back Jason, bro. I'm sorry, you just can't bring him back.
played okay.
He did
he
it.
caught. He
did.
He had a lot of low lights, but in the last like 2 games or 2-3 maps, whatever, he started climbing on the scoreboard a little bit.
Yeah.
But there were some really bad.
There's some
moments.
low lights. But I mean, this is what people say. There's this like cafe that I go to a lot, and the guy there is a huge FaZe fan. So much so that when I go, he gives me free food every time because I'm there with Cutie, and he just likes the collabs Cutie's on with FaZe. He doesn't watch either of us.
Wow.
He's just such a FaZe. Like every time we're watching, he's got your stream on or Ron's stream on, and he's
That's so sick.
He's always got one AirPod in, and he's like, "Yeah, it's free." I'm like, "Dude, I'm okay to pay." He's like,
Wow.
"Nah, man, not for you." Go
Damn,
look at
that's
the
a
show,
good
man.
dude.
You're in the family.
He's a good dude, and he's the FaZe rider nowadays. But there's people online who talk about old FaZe and how you got. This is an example of how you guys can't do it in COD. You're no longer a trick-shotting clan.
Yeah, I mean, well, we aren't. we just aren't.
But you're the only one who does both, really.
Yeah, I still play Call of Duty regularly, but I feel like it's been a minute since FaZe was even considered a trick-shotting clan still. Like 2016 is when we started to veer away from montages and started to be more focused on like vlogging and real life content. And back then, we got flamed for it.
You guys were the first to do. I remember you guys would do like, I don't know, you were in like SOAR or something at the time, but FaZe was like the first team to start doing like face reveals. They'd be like, oh, 20,000 subscribers, we'll all show our faces. I remember in COD, it was kind of a no-no to like dox yourself.
Interesting.
There was like,
that makes sense.
there was like hackers, there was like people who tried to steal your PayPal information. Like no
4chan
one would
would
show their
find
names.
you.
Streaming wasn't a thing yet. And I remember like FaZe was like the first team to like get a house and start showing their face and start vlogging. And I was just like, at the time, I was just like, that's lame. That'll never fucking be anything big. And then it was the biggest thing ever.
That was the majority of the world's opinion, though, and just everyone's opinion.
Wait, so how old are you when the New York house is happening?
17.
Isn't that crazy?
17?
Yeah, I moved in at 17.
From Arizona to New York.
Yeah.
To enter a content house with a bunch of vloggers, mostly
Wait,
vloggers.
how do you like convince your family to do that at
I
17?
didn't.
You just
no, my
pieced
mom
out.
was not down. My mom was not going for it. But I graduated, and I'm like, okay, I finished high school. You can't legally now. I'm allowed to go. I'm like, I'm gonna turn 18 in June. I'm gonna go regardless. Like, I'm just letting you know I'm not going to college. But looking back at it now, I understand because telling like my mom or anyone 10 years ago, yeah, I'm gonna move to across the country and go make Call of Duty videos with all my friends that I play the game with every day. Sounds insane. Like it just also
It does
like,
sound insane.
Does she forgive you now?
yeah, now she's super supportive and she's great. But at the time, not so much. So it was just a thing where it was like, yo, I'm gonna do this regardless. So like
Where in
Yeah.
Arizona are you from?
Phoenix.
Oh, just Phoenix. All right.
Yeah.
What part?
Uh,
Because I
you
know
know
what
where-
matters.
do you know where like Desert Ridge is, that area?
I don't. I don't know shit about Phoenix, but
It's,
because I think it's important. So please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Phoenix is the part like Phoenix, like off the 101 and Tatum, like straight in the desert, like
He's in the desert.
yeah.
Okay,
He's in the desert.
Yeah.
Borgum Devils.
Forkham Devils.
And you went to ASU.
I did,
That's
bro.
right.
I was there
Yes,
for 4
we all
years.
went to ASU.
2017 to 2013 to 2017.
Damn, there's probably a timeline where I didn't join FaZe and I went to ASU out there somewhere. and
We would've
maybe
chopped it up
linked.
on
You
the
guys
quad.
become boys.
Yeah.
Dude, us and Breslin would have
Yeah,
chopped it up.
Breslin would have liked you,
And
man.
you're on the first ASU trickshotting team.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, you're like a varsity knack swapper or something.
the varsity max swappers.
Wait, so
I'm just happy someone's here. You know what I mean? Because like I say shit like this, I say like shit to them, and I'm just like,
smile.
they don't know what I'm talking about.
Max swapping was no joke, bro.
Yeah, you guys go back. You were talking about it after PSL.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we'd play Search and Destroy together. Like not a crazy amount, but every once in a while because we had a lot of mutual
so
friends.
crazy to think about, bro.
Like 2011.
Probably 2012.
That's
'Cause I think FaZe started popping in like 2011,
yeah,
like February 2011.
yeah, it did. And then I joined in 2013, and then I moved in the
Yeah,
crib.
you were in SOAR.
2015.
You weren't even in FaZe when we would play.
Yeah, I was in SOAR for like 2 years, like
What's sore?
2, 3. It essentially was like the G League for FaZe back then. Like FaZe almost exclusively only recruited trickshotters and snipers from SOAR sniping. You could even make the argument that SOAR was better at one point.
Yeah.
Like in terms of clips and
There were 4 elements, much like Avatar.
Okay.
And FaZe, I don't know.
They're the
which
Fire
ones.
Nation.
The FaZe is a Fire Nation.
Those are the evil guys they
And
always
then there was
attack.
SOAR, and then there was Dare, and then there was like kind of like Era. I don't know.
Era, TSU, Obey.
Okay, I have a question.
random.
Is this is kind of all based on the idea of like trick shotting and making videos, not necessarily like competitive COD? Is that
No,
right?
Yeah.
two
Never
different worlds.
because you guys didn't have a competitive team for a long time,
There's
right?
dudes who skateboard at the Olympics,
Not for a
and there's
minute,
dudes
yeah.
who do street parts.
I see.
And
Okay.
and Call of Duty is like that, where it has like the trick shotters who are montage makers and like big on YouTube and stuff, and then it has like MLG going to tournaments, like wearing a jersey, that kind of stuff. And FaZe was pretty much the only team to do both at a legitimate scale.
Did the trick shotters kind of think that the guys competing, the Olympic skateboarders, if you will, are like kind of lame? Or was like there was respect for it?
Not really. It was just a thing where
Opposite way around.
it was more so that I don't know. It's just like a preference thing. Like it wasn't fun for us to like run around S&D with ACRs and like kill the entire other team. Like,
Right.
but if you throw on a sniper and you get to last alive and you throw in a 360, a no scope, like you add an element that makes it more difficult. It's like skateboarding, but in Call of Duty. That's how Tommy always would explain it.
I think also back then there's so many people online that most players were terrible. Like gaming wasn't that big yet.
Dude, people used to be so ass at
So
games.
bad. The skill
Now
gap
everyone's
is
so
fucked.
fucking
Dude,
good.
there was only like 2 or 3 tournaments total for Modern Warfare 2 in esports.
Yeah.
Like esports was not big. So the average player online was so bad that if you just like put on an ACR and tried your ass off, you just kill everyone in the
I'm
lobby.
getting cooked
It wouldn't
in
be
the
close.
Mario Kart world.
There's plumbers all over the world, but I think the games have also gotten easier, and I think that's a big part of it.
And they got good at skill-based matchmaking. I think that's
yeah.
it.
Also, like I'm playing Street Fighter right now. It's like it feels like baby's first game coming from Melee.
Sure.
But
Right.
dude, you can go from a plumber to winning your first Warzone match so fast now. Like aim assist is fucking amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's such a different game now. Yeah, dude, that game is hard. There's no aim assist. That shit's hard.
But for what? Controller? We got aim assist on controller.
I'm saying old COD.
Oh yeah, that's why going back when we played in a tournament, it's like kind of fucked if you play Warzone regularly because you're used to 240 frames per second.
Yeah,
like
right.
1440p, 160 FOV or whatever it maxes out at. Like I think actually 120. But these
Yeah,
older games,
65 FOV,
super
60
like
FPS.
punch-in FOV. The movement's like clunky.
It moves like shit.
The response time from the
So
controller
bad.
to the game too is like, you know what I mean?
Way slower.
So you gotta there's like a little like adjustment that you gotta like make before going into it, but it's still fun.
Do you remember what got you into trick shotting? Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, I remember exactly what it was. I had an iPod and I would watch YouTube videos on it and I would watch Call of Duty YouTubers. And then one day I seen FaZe made an R War. It was called R War. It was a Black Ops 1 montage. Did any of you guys know did you watch R
I've
War?
probably seen it, but I don't remember
I
it.
remember that title, yeah.
Yeah, it was R War. I think Agony edited it. It had a 30 Seconds to Mars song in the background. I think Bury Me or The Kill. And I was just watching this because I'd watch Call of Duty YouTubers. Like I was watching White Boy 7th Street.
Oh my
I
god.
love White Boy 7th Street.
Yeah.
He might be on my Mount
I
Rushmore.
know C-namers. That's the only guy I watch.
C-Nanners, Tabes, Woody's Gamer Tag, Marco J. Like I watched them. And I guess I ended up on a FaZe Clan video one day and I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And whenever I would be able to get on the game, I would just try to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
crazy how many people started as Call of Duty YouTubers.
It's
You know,
so
before
many.
Dr. Disrespect did that thing with a child, he was a Call of Duty YouTuber.
No way.
He was an awesome Call of Duty YouTuber.
Well, he was a Call of Duty developer.
yeah, but
Really?
Yeah, he worked at I think
Infinity Ward.
Activision.
yeah.
And he developed maps for one of the Black Ops or something.
You think he wore that shit to the office? the jumpsuit and the glasses.
Before he was
like
a
not-
streamer,
That's
he
why he
was
got
just like,
vibed out. They were like, yeah.
We just can't have you here. Yeah, he probably did.
We're gonna make a map, and dating girls under 18 will be legal on this map. And they're like, "Whoa!"
They're like, well,
we have to fire
it's
you.
a video game, so I guess all maps are like that. You can do what you want, your imagination.
I heard a stat about you. I don't know if it's true.
What?
That your KDA in COD was higher than your high school GPA.
Oh, my KD and COD is higher than my GPA. Honestly, probably. And I was a trick shotter, so that's crazy.
So you're going for suicide shots most of the time.
Yeah. I'm not playing for KD.
Do you remember your high school GPA?
It was maybe like 2.4, 2.5.
Got me
It
beat.
was just enough to be considered passing in all my classes so I could have my controllers and play video games. My mom wouldn't let me play
Yep.
unless I had 70% minimum, like because I would be
that's
considered
fair.
passing
C minus.
in all my classes.
C's?
C's pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Wow.
still didn't get that. I would have to inspect Element.
oh
So
man.
much shit I would do. I would make fake emails.
Yep.
Wait, for what?
For when they log in to check your grades, right?
So I would sprint home on Friday. I was dead ass the kid that would sprint out. Like I would sprint home because I
Heavy
would
ass
walk to
backpack
school.
on?
Would sprint home to try to get home before my mom and load up my PVUSD portal. There was one page where you could see everything, and then I would inspect Element everything.
Yep.
And my mom would come peek at the monitor, be like, "Okay, you got it. Here's your controllers," and then go pick up my sisters.
Wow.
Exact same shit. We had this like Apple setup. It's like the whole school had like an Apple account or whatever, and it was really early. I graduated in 2008, so I'm like older. So before they started like implementing this, so I try to get home and I try to log in for her. And
Sharpieing the monitor.
Dude, she would say, "No, I'm gonna log in," and I'd have to sit there in horror as she pulls up my dog shit grades.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm just
tough.
like, and she just looks back at me. She's like, "A D, huh?" And I'm like, if only I could
I
have.
could have lied to you today.
Dude, so you did the strat I always wanted to do. It was in the cold, like end of semester in December. You're like running home in the cold, just like
Yeah.
maybe I can get home. But,
I had to. There were so many other tricks. I got caught a bunch of times too. I used to have because I would play on PS3. I would cut the wires of the PS2 controllers,
that's clean.
and she would think that she
Yeah.
had them, and I let her. And like that worked for like.
That's a
Are
clean
you walking
finesse.
away like
minute.
the villain from Dora the Explorer? Like you doing one of these? Like,
I was so hyped when they worked.
My mom I played a lot of World of Warcraft in high school, and my grades were shit, so she took my keyboard away. She's like, "I'm not gonna take your computer. I'm gonna take the keyboard. You obviously can't play it." I had another keyboard in my closet. So
Easy.
So she'd go to bed. I'd get my keyboard out of my closet, but she popped in one night. She was like, "Oh no way!"
Yeah.
Took my other keyboard.
No, that's such a devastating moment
Yep.
when you get
Oh,
caught.
it was fucking. I was in Thunder Bluff. I remember it too. It was so fun.
what's the most in trouble you got?
Oh.
'Cause it sounds like you were play Call of Duty at all costs, no matter what anyone says.
I mean, maybe just getting. Oh, it was when my mom found out I was lying about my grades because I made a fake email and emailed my mom from.
Your son, Alex, is doing very, very well.
Yeah.
An exemplary student.
Yeah,
We think his Call of Duty playing is helping with his math.
it was like something along the lines of like, I know it doesn't say because I couldn't inspect Element for some reason this time. She already did it herself. So that burn method was cooked. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I made a fake email and emailed her and said, oh, sorry, I've been like, Alex has this grade. I just haven't gone around to updating it in the portal because I'm grading all the other students' work. And that worked. And then the real teacher emailed and said, your son's lying to you. He's not passing. And my mom was so mad. Yeah.
Oh,
How did she find out?
You guys sent,
I don't
that's
even
when you sent another email and you'd be like, that one's the imposter.
Yeah.
I'm the real teacher.
This lady emailing you is actually like someone stalking our school.
Yeah, I could have flipped it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. See, I didn't have the.
Yeah, see, if we were around back then,
You were a tag team.
That would have been she would have had to guess who was real, who was fake.
you gotta kill both of us.
And they're like, "Mom, please believe me. That's the real teacher," and she has to believe me.
Yeah, I feel like I followed a lot of FaZe, but not back in like recently. Like I followed it because of work. Because before streaming, I worked at a vape company.
Really?
Yeah, I was head of
You
marketing
talking
at a
about
vape
iPods?
job.
Yeah.
Tell them about the iPod.
Yeah, can you look up IQ vape iPod?
So you made a vape iPod?
No, I didn't make it. It was a Chinese company, and they had like an American subsidiary. I was head of marketing. They already had this product. It looked like this.
Oh my
Is that the shuffle?
Yes.
No, it's for adults.
It's not-
It's for adults.
Excuse
so-
me. This is an IQ vape.
He'd come home from work every day and we'd be like, dude, you're selling vapes to kids. And he's like, no, it's not like that. Kids don't even know about them.
That is insane.
Why does
know.
Ludwig come up when you look up the IQ vape?
That's so funny.
You're in the recommended there.
I am in the recommended.
I hit one of these. It tastes like burnt popcorn.
I
It, like,
used
didn't
to be
work.
a merchant of death.
Yeah, it makes your lungs pop.
Wait,
It's
what
awesome.
year was this?
This is 2018. 19 I got fired. 2019 I got fired.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, I worked there and I was watching a lot of FaZe when you guys had the FaZe house, like the cloud house, right? Yeah, because
Banks hit you up not much later
yeah.
after that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was on Ludwig early.
I hit him up.
No, yeah, he hit
I
him
hit
up.
Banks up initially. He didn't know about this, but I hit Banks up because he used to vape, right?
Yeah.
And,
right.
and I came up with this $300,000 marketing plan where we pay him to do a monthly subscription with our vape, and every month we lower the amount of nicotine. And the goal was over a year, he would be like Instagram, Snapchatting his story from how he went from vaping to quitting through our monthly subscription program. And we were going to corner a niche of the market where people are using us to quit vapes.
Yeah, and he's like, it doesn't even look like an iPod, bro. Like, not even a little bit.
That would work. I feel like that's
It's actually kind of good.
That's
It-
not,
I thought it was a great plan. Banks agreed to it. We had like a deal all set up. The president flew in from China. They like greeted him at the airport. Fucking Uber blacks over. I have to
What
pitch
year
it to
was
this
this?
guy. 2018.
this is 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pitching it to him, and we go through, and he says, "All right, great. Give me a few minutes, Ludwig." And then he talks to his Chinese advisors, and they call me back in, and he goes, "It was an amazing presentation. It's a great idea. We don't think our product's ready for this." And then
Who said that?
The president, the Chinese president.
Then why did he fly out here to say that?
I think he got scared. It was a big investment. I think he got chicken feet. And you know what? He ended up closing the U.S. office, and the whole company failed. So I don't know if he was a great. His
should've
dad
took
was
the
really
risk.
rich. His dad was super rich.
At least you learned flawless Mandarin in your time.
I did.
there.
yeah.
I did. I've lost most of it, but remains.
you know Mandarin.
Yeah, in Japanese, yeah.
That's crazy.
And a little French.
Yeah.
You know 4 languages.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I barely know one.
No,
working on
your
mine.
bag is increasing daily. Your lexicon's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen hella. I'm getting more clip now. I feel like because I hit you with a trick shot, I'm getting clips of you in my algorithm. I don't know how I figued that out, but I'm getting
Is
more.
this the man you killed?
I'm getting more clips of you in my algorithm than I ever have before, and I'm seeing a lot where you just learn a word,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's a crazy word. It's like exquisite.
It's like excitement, joy.
Yeah.
yeah, like it'll just like there's a few clips where it just actually happened. There's one where I really don't think I ever used the word out loud. I just heard it somewhere at some point and then just decided to use it. I was like, wait, I gotta see if I actually use this right. And I did. But Mom, my vernacular is getting a little bit deeper. Yeah.
Vernacular.
There you go.
Yeah.
I hear it right
Okay.
there.
Can I put you on? Word
Yeah.
of the day. You could just subscribe to that. Let's give you one a day.
That's what I was thinking about doing for my streams, having like a digital, what's it called? Like sign behind me.
I do like that. FaZe's word of the day. That fucking goes.
Alex does this.
Yeah, our homie Alex, who was
Yeah.
on our team for the
Yeah.
match, he has a word of the day on stream every day.
One time it was grapefruit. I'm like, that's not a good
That's
word,
not
of
a
the
word
day.
of the day. There's no
we
way.
all know that
That's
one.
too intermediate.
Yeah,
We need that.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Well, I guess nothing about word of the day says it has to be hard.
Well, yeah, but you don't want your word of the day to be dog.
Yeah, or the.
Yeah.
It's got to be special.
But think about how often we use the, and there's
but
no respect on
It's
it.
not like I don't think
It's
word of the day is like
everyday's
the best
word.
word. It's like a word to learn.
It's a word to learn and use, like vernacular.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's got to be a word to replace words that are commonly used.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Wait, this is my opportunity to ask you because I remember I followed FaZe growing up and I followed all the big Call of Duty teams, and it was always confusing to me how many owners FaZe Clan had because it was like Optic had Hector and like Envy had Hastro, but then everybody in FaZe was an owner, and you were like when FaZe was around at the beginning, you were in SOAR and then like joined the team later on. So who like founded the team at the beginning, and then who became the owners later on? Like how did you become one of the main people even though you joined the clan like later than other people did?
Well, Tommy technically is the founder. He took over.
He stole it, right?
He took over FaZe Clan at like 10K subs. I don't know the exact story of how it went down.
What I remember was it was
Tommy
like was it
Semper?
House Cat? Who was the guy before?
House Cat was before him. Resistance was another one.
And they had the channel, and Tommy was like, "Yo, let me be leader," and they were like, "No." And then he was just, but he had the password, and then he like changed it on him. He's like, "All right, I'm leader now."
yeah, it had like
And then he
sick.
turned it into an empire. It was kind of
Yeah.
badass. That's what I heard.
yeah. I know for a certain fact that it had around 10,000 subs, and they were like about to change the name of it or something, or I don't know. I gotta ask Tommy the exact like details, but he ended up being like, "Nah, like we're not doing that," and he got the password, took it, and ran it. From like 2011, it got founded in 2010, and then I think 2011 is where it was like post him.
He zucked him.
Yeah,
And I think that's
low key.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they weren't gonna do shit with it. I
Yeah,
feel
it
like.
wasn't.
No, it
wasn't
wouldn't
Facebook.
have played out the same way.
Yeah.
So he's basically the founder. Who comes after that? Like,
And
who
he
are the
made the
main
logo,
people that
too.
stick around?
Tommy drew the logo too. I'm
Oh,
pretty
really?
sure.
The
That
same
I
logo
didn't
to this day.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the
No, they
F-
changed it now.
Well, the first
yeah,
F.
yeah,
The
yeah.
first
It's a
F.
small
It's a
curve.
little curvy.
Yeah.
It's a little curvy now.
Who did
Yeah,
the
they
hand sign?
knew.
The hand sign's the best part of
The hand
FaZe.
sign's crazy. Who thought of that?
I think Tommy too.
Okay,
Or
he's the
no,
he's a visionary.
I think it was Tommy, like maybe a girl Tommy was with at the time who thought of FaZe Up.
Okay.
It's a Martha Washington situation.
I'm pretty sure.
The unsung hero.
I don't know for like 100%, but
I thought for a long time it was Famous Stars and Straps. I just didn't know the difference between
yeah,
them.
it's kind of similar.
I'm
I
just
see that.
saying. I
Yeah,
don't know. I
yeah.
hope you guys didn't get
There's
a
no
lawsuit
C,
later.
So then Tommy made it, and when did Banks get in?
So Tommy made it. Banks, I still remember the day Banks joined because me and Banks were in SOAR together. Me and Banks have been friends since I was like 12 or 13 years old. That's when we met, and he recruited me to SOAR. I was on PS3. I joined SOAR. I had to get an Xbox because it was like only an Xbox clan. And I was
Literally all. If you got an underscore in your name, you were a pussy.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
What do you think?
There was one team. There was one PS3 team. It was called Psycho.
You got to go to your mom and be like, "Sorry, mom, this PS3 is like an awesome gift, but I actually need an Xbox because I'm a loser because I have an underscore."
What's the
Underscore.
underscore?
And
What's that?
playing online. Oh, 'cause in PS3 you can't have a space in your gamer tag.
Oh,
You have to use underscores.
I
Yeah.
see.
And it's crazy because I had a PS3 too, and I went to school, and all my friends are talking about Nazi zombies, and that's back when Xbox got it first, or got maps first. And I'm like, "What do you guys? What do you mean Nazi zombies? What's that?" And they're all laughing at me. They're like, "Oh yeah, you have a PS3, huh? You can't play with us, huh?" I went to
Damn.
GameStop. I sold my whole PS3, got like $50 for it,
Yeah.
just to get the Xbox wireless adapter so I go online.
That's so fire.
Because everyone was gonna make fun of me. Wait, what was the question we were answering?
Well, like so it starts with Tommy, you and Banks joined. Like, who the fuck owns it now?
So Banks joined in 2012 or 2013, and I joined. I was like low-key blackballed from FaZe for like 2-3 years. I didn't think I was ever gonna join FaZe because one of the current leader at the time just was not fucking with me. And
That works.
I remember I was like even like muted in the SOAR chat. He would like ban me in the SOAR chat. I'm like, Banks, can you put me back in the SOAR chat?
What are
bro?"
the chat? The chats on like Skype or something.
Skype chat,
yeah,
yeah.
Skype chat, yeah.
But granted, I was talking shit. Like everyone in the Skype chat would low key just like dick rod and be like, "Oh, like look at this." I would be the one person that would be like, "Hey, fuck you," for no reason.
And everyone's like, "Wait, what did you just say?" Fuck you. That's good.
He's
That's
on
smart.
Al-Gaib.
Just for no reason, like completely unprovoked. So I was maybe it was for the right reason. But then Banks joined and brought me with him. And originally, it got cut up in 4 ways, and it was Apex, Tommy, Banks, and Norden. Yeah, 4 ways. And then it got split up again after that, where me and Rug broke off. And then after that, shit just started getting completely diluted. I don't even know exactly how it went after that. I just know that like business people came in who were supposed to help elevate the brand and grow the brand. I was never a part of the conversations because I was never like a founder or an owner.
It
You know
always
what I mean?
sounded like a generational hoeing. And everyone just throws up their hands, and it's like they lost complete ownership and all like value that could be had in the company.
Yeah. I mean, for lack of better words, yeah. there were people that were breaking off parts of the company without any of those, like the FaZe members in the room or knowing what was happening. Everyone kind of like distanced themselves from the brand and from FaZe. So these people who came in were like, oh, I got to run it how I want to. And they would break pieces off for this person who just got here yesterday and somehow he's got more equity and a $250,000 salary and has made more money off this brand than someone like me or like a FaZe, like that doesn't even make sense. This person just got here yesterday. They never played Call of
Are these
Duty
like
in their life.
unnamed business people, or are these like random players, or
No,
like people that
business
got signed to the team?
No
Yeah.
players. It was mostly business people for the most part, but I just really remember seeing how fucked it was on the sidelines and watching all the main guys, like all the founders, completely just distance themselves and they were just over it for the right reasons, you know what I mean? Because there are people who were making decisions on FaZe Clan's behalf.
But you never left.
I never left.
Why?
No, because I still love FaZe. Like I still care about FaZe.
You're 78 years old. You're fucking throwing this up.
Yes. Yeah. For real, I probably will be. I would still show up in the warehouse in that like corporate era and try to figure out, okay, how can I affect this? Like, where can I come in and impact it? So
what's like the breaking point? The other two founders or owners that like came before you and Banks are like Rain and
Apex.
Apex.
Rain, Apex, Norden, Banks.
And that's the leadership now, right? Like all of those people have
No. It's really
Now it's weird.
Yeah, now it's really just Banks. I mean, Apex is still a part of it. Tommy's still a part of it.
Yeah.
Norden's not really involved.
Yeah.
But on like a day-to-day, like who's really overseeing everything, it's just Banks.
So what's the transition from like how do you guys decide, or how are you able to regain control of the team, or at least how is Banks able to do that?
That's what we're still figuring out.
I think from what I remember is whoever had controls, like this business people, and I don't know. I want to put you on the spot. They always mention. I feel like I've heard random interviews, like one person in particular, if I felt like fucked you.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
But
me, yeah, in particular.
But yeah, I don't need you to dive in that if you don't want. But anyway, the business people take it public.
Yeah.
It fails.
Yeah.
Right, the public company. It has to get taken off the exchange, and Banks was like trying really hard to raise a round to buy it out, and I think eventually did. It is now he has his own private equity deal. But I remember when he was raising, he called me in, and I was in like it was one of the craziest calls. It's like me, Mr. Beast, Moist Critical, Aiden Ross, Gary V.
The greatest minds of our
Dan
generation.
Blazarian.
Yeah, like actually, like it was like a Zoom call of like 20 people.
I remember hearing
Alright,
about
boys,
this.
shit is not lit.
Yeah,
And we need to get shit up.
we have
Ludwig,
like
what do you got for me?
Well, Banks, we can get up.
I'm thinking iPod shaped vapes, but like new iPods, like
you're
iPod
making
touches.
a joke. You're making a joke. You're making a joke, but it's Banks explaining the situation and how he thinks that it's a good opportunity to pull money because FaZe is undervalued, because it had been delisted, and its value went from like whatever it was, stupid 500 million to like 20 million, and he's trying to explain all this, and the whole time Aiden Ross is there, and he's like, Banks. And he like pans down, it's like fake nuts or something. and then
Well, 1 point to Gryffindor. I'll give him that.
and then Banks is like, I get it, dude. Not now.
Bro, that's exactly what
He
I'm saying.
didn't stop, bro. He did it for like 5 minutes. Like he kept going. He's like, dude, if I was there in person, I'd jerk you off.
What if I had a pussy?
He's really what about a pussy. And Banks he's like, I will fucking for real kill you, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up.
God damn, that's funny.
And then Mr. Beast's like, can we get this on track? Like I have a shoot. And I remember
so
leaving the
funny.
call going like, yeah, it's an interesting opportunity. I don't know if I have enough bread to partake, but it was a fucking crazy call. But he regains control. And I think got a lot of shit at the time for, I think, the first signings of FaZe, which is like the people who are in it now.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I mean, you sign Lacey to anything, you're like, what are we doing? But then, you know.
But then it's worked out magically.
Yeah.
It
It's
did
worked out
magically
magically.
work out.
And we have awesome Lacey content with Adapt and Ron and the whole crew. And I think it's like, I don't know. I feel like the impact you guys have now culturally is bigger than like the New York house or anything really. Like I feel like it's at its peak now.
I think so too. I've actually thought about that a lot. And I think so, especially with the new era that content is in and how short form is pushed to hundreds and thousands and millions. Like there's people who will tune into your streams regularly, right? And you have like that floor audience who's watching you. But then there's outside of that, your reach is so much more through clips and
in a month,
repackaged
it's
content.
like 50 million to 100 million different people. I feel like who see like the shit FaZe does.
Facts.
And there's like some trends that like I think people don't even know or like originate back to FaZe. Like the somebody smells like shit. I mean, I guess that like it's Drewski, but it's like I feel like a lot of that too is just like fucking
Lacey and Ron.
yeah, Lacey and Ron spamming
Does
it.
this take place in shorts pretty much? Like that's like the big
TikTok, really.
main artery or short. I'm talking like short
Yeah.
form. Like the artery of getting this to so many people rather than like, I don't know, streams and videos.
I mean, I'm just was speaking in terms of reach, like in terms of if like analytically, if we're comparing the two.
Like more
New
people have seen new FaZe because of shorts.
Yeah.
Because shorts didn't exist back then.
And also just content creation, streaming, YouTube, all of it is way more popular and mainstream. You know what I mean? Like it's
Do you consider yourself old head now? Kinda?
I think so.
Been like 10 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
More than 10 years.
I mean, every day in my chat, that's what they say.
Sure. They'll always make it hurt, especially if you're bald. They'll
I
say
wanted
that.
to ask you because you're not old. You're 28, but relative to the
I think you're
rest,
younger than all of us.
rest of the new
Yeah.
sign, I mean, we're the same. We're the same age.
He turned 28 3 days ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, like a couple
And that
months.
hairline is, I mean, it's,
All right.
I'm just saying, it's just intact.
It's an awesome hairline.
But you're in terms of the
Thank
streams,
you, bro.
you're
That's
at the
big.
forefront.
They don't say that in my chat.
I'm here to tell you the
What are they
truth,
saying about
bro.
pull it back?
They say, I
Let's
mean,
see
this
it.
is, there's nothing, it
Yeah,
doesn't
I mean,
really
it's
go
great.
much further.
Fucking little kids
Yeah.
in chat, bro. They're
Yeah,
so
guys.
mean.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro, you look like a shy guy. I'm loving it.
You're with like Jason and Lacey and Ron on the streams in the house. While like Banks is doing the business stuff, you know, Rain is out of the picture. Like, why are you the one person who's at the forefront of the content still from this old crew? Is like,
I
how
was
do you
gonna ask
find your
that
way to
same
that
thing.
spot?
I don't know. I just know that even before we did the launch and like the hard reset, I was still trying to make videos and content. Like I was still showing up to the warehouse every day. We used to have a warehouse, but we had no talent. We had no roster. No one else was ever trying to do shit. And I was like,
I watched you at the Phase 5 shoot.
What's that?
What phase?
They did like the Phase 5 IRL.
Oh, that was such a disaster.
I
I
heard
can't
about
believe we
this.
spent as much money as holy shit. I forgot
It
about
must have
that.
been like a multi $100,000 IRL stream where it's like Phase 5 trying to recruit people to Phase.
Right.
And they like got people from online to come in person to like live at the warehouse. And it's supposed to be like kind of like a Big Brother show, like a reality show. And they'd have like eliminations with challenges.
Oh my God, it was so ass.
The whole thing was ass. Like,
Yo, holy fuck.
the
I just
production
remember.
failed at every single aspect. Like it was truly just
was
a
that?
nightmare.
Bro, there was some guy that made the top 20, like the final stage, and his content was he just made car sounds, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on.
I don't know. Are
This
they
sounds
good?
kind of cool.
No.
Like good car sounds?
Legit, he-
I deadass think Lacey's done this. This has been Lacey's.
no,
It's just Lacey in a mustache.
just making car sounds, and like there's people who got snubbed from it. Like we didn't have a say. Like someone like me,
the group was insane.
someone like me, or like even Norton, like we couldn't be like, yo, put this person in here. They didn't listen to us.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
There's the most random ass group of people.
and it's like
It
a
felt like
$1 million
Twitch was
budget.
running the show. And it was a sponsored show and it had
Like in
no
that lame
soul.
way
Yes.
where they, yeah.
And this wasn't even long ago, bro. This is like
Not that long ago,
4
no.
years ago, maybe
maybe
3.
2022, maybe.
Oh, wow.
It's like recent enough that it's crazy to think that existed under FaZe's branding and it now FaZe branding is where it is. Like that's an insane turnaround.
So I've had this problem recently where I wake up and I feel like when Peter Griffin fell down the stairs.
Dude.
Your legs in a 90-degree angle to the left, and your
Yeah.
other legs.
It's
in a
because you
90-degree
got
angle to the
bad
right.
REM. It's probably something to do with you sleeping horribly.
Okay, yes. So I checked. I have a watch and it checked my sleep habits. And then I woke up and it was just a picture of Peter Griffin falling down the stairs and it said, "You're this, LOL."
Yeah, I used to say my sleep score was kill yourself, and then I figured out the solution
Okay.
was actually switching up my mattress.
And not doing what the boss told you.
No, I got a
Is
Helix
the one,
mattress.
the one that I recommended you, the Helix Sleep.
You told me to get the Helix mattress. You even told me what mattress to get. You clocked me. You clocked
bro.
my T.
Yeah, bro. I you know how I do. I take when I'm not around my friends, I take the sleep quiz on their behalf. I think about what it'd be like to sleep next to them, what they might like.
But you guys can take both these quizzes online and find one of the 20 mattresses that Helix offers you if you take their sleep quiz.
You know what I like about the mattress is that you know when you're spooning and you're sinking into the middle of the bed, now your spine's all out of alignment. I don't like that. But the bed has sleep zones, and it keeps you covered, keeps your spine aligned.
and I keep her off my zone, and she better stay off.
Well, let me hard launch you into the sleep of your dreams. Go to helixsleep.com/theyard for 27% off site-wide during the seasonal sale only for Yard listeners. No other listeners, to be clear.
If you've listened to Not the Yard, you are not. They will know. The
If
site
you
will know.
listen to damn anything in your life,
They'll
I
go
don't
through
think
your
it's gonna
search
work.
history, so make sure you're an only Yard listener and go to helixsleep.com/theyard for 27% off site-wide.
You know what? Let them know
27% off?
Let them know the Yard sent you, because if it's really only for Yard listeners, I don't even know if this is going to work. That's Helix Sleep. Thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this week's episode, and maybe they're going to sponsor something in your life if you ask them nicely.
So you're just like the only person from that group or that house era who is still grinding and trying to put out content, and that just naturally fits with
Sounds like
whoever
you
the
got
new.
crazy ambitions still.
Yeah, I mean, I really still do love doing it. I love streaming. I when we hit the hard reset button, it kind of worked out. It happened on accident. I was making a YouTube video because I was gonna start making videos on my FaZe Adapt channel again, because that's what I always did. I always made YouTube videos. So I made a video talking about how I was addicted to nicotine and
I've seen this video.
how vaping is really bad. And I went and talked to doctors and like extreme victims and like
way more serious.
like a documentary style video,
Yeah.
like really got serious about the facts and was like, okay, to hold myself accountable so you guys know I'm really quitting, I'm going to be live on Twitch for 7 days, 24/7. You're going to see me on camera every second of every day, and you're going to watch me quit nicotine. You know what I mean? And I was going to do the stream in the FaZe warehouse at the time, but we had just got the FaZe house, and it was just Lacey. It was just Lacey and Ron that were living in there. And there was an open room, and Banks was like, just do it there. Like, you might as well just do it there. Because I was planning on just doing 7 days and just playing like Plutonium or playing like zombies for the whole fucking time. I had no idea what I was doing. I was so, honestly, looking back on it, I was like so nervous to do it because I never had streamed like that. And going in for a week straight is a little crazy. But
After what point did you feel like I can do this? This is fine.
probably after the subathon, honestly. Because after the week, I was like, okay, it was cool. I had developed relationships more with some of the newer guys. I've always, been friends with Ron, me and Norton went and recruited Ron from Xset to FaZe like years ago.
You saw that Maroon 5 clip.
Yeah.
You said this is the
It's
guy.
like, this kid's got talent. I hit the button, my chair turns around.
Wait, so was he just an Xset Pro Fortnite player or something?
He was just a content creator.
Oh, creator. Okay.
And he was funny, and like everything about him like screamed FaZe to me. I'm like, he should be in FaZe Clan. Like, he should not, you know what I mean? So we went and talked to him, and he ended up joining. And when we launched a new FaZe, like, he was already a part of FaZe, but like was a part of that too. So he was at the house, so it was a lot easier for me because me and him already had a relationship.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was kind of like pulling up like randomly and doing like random one-off streams and just like in the background, but not really committed to it yet. But then after the subathon, I was like, yeah, like I think there's no way that I leave the subathon, I just don't stream anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to keep going.
And then you understand like streaming culture and like how you develop a relationship with the people in your chat and like different ongoing jokes. And
I bet you get called Unc like 400 times a day.
Every day, all day.
How different are your chats, you think? Like, I'm sure you have a lot of crossover and people who run it each, but do you have like people who you think fucking they only click that shit for you? It doesn't matter if you're not live. They're not
Can you feel a Jason viewer in your chat? Can you sense that he's there?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like obviously there's overlap. Like if there's a Venn diagram and you're looking at like the percentages of different FaZe members and like who's like which viewers is mainly watching which FaZe member. There's obviously overlap, but yeah, I think that there's definitely like a good chunk of people who have not just like discovered me from New FaZe, but have been rocking with me since I made like videos in my mom's basement like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And I could see it, like, cause people like when you're streaming, like you could see the chat live, you know what I mean? And there's certain things that they say that they know that they wouldn't know if they were a newer viewer. You know
Right.
Like,
Yeah, you vibe check them.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you're talking about like New York or like, I'll randomly ask questions and be like, okay, wait, let's see who actually knows
Oh,
this.
you put them in the test?
Yeah. And then like someone in the chat will get it and like everyone else will get it wrong. You know what I mean?
Go.
But
what always surprises me is when you guys will randomly do like throwback stuff, like ranking every trick shotter that's ever been in FaZe or something. And in my head, I'm like, that should bomb. Like no one should want to watch that. And then it's like really good viewership.
that's crazy. That was a stream I did before the subathon, I think, or like before I was really committed to streaming.
Even just FaZe in general, whenever you guys do this like old throwback trick shot stuff, I always assume that like the new viewers like weren't there for that and like don't really care about it. But I'm always proven wrong. I feel like they
I
always.
also think it's people who want to be tapped into the lore. Like, even
Yeah,
if you're a
yes,
new FaZe viewer, you're like, what
FaZe has been around.
What were uncles up to back in the day?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy because so few things that are successful now in this space have that history. Like that's it's very, very few things that are in gaming or streaming or content make it past the 10-year mark, let alone, I mean, the 15, we're at 15 years right now.
It really is at 15, damn.
That young woman who did this on one fateful night at a Culver's or something.
She changed hundreds of thousands of Instagram pictures forever.
For real.
What did you quit nicotine? Did it work? It worked.
Yeah. It dead ass did.
There's a Super Smash Bros. Melee player. By the way, we were talking. Adapt was talking about, oh, dude, we used to play Melee like after playing COD and stuff. He's like, we should play. He's talking to. We would run a train on you, bro. I'm sorry.
What?
Like it's we.
Let me get in the lab
We
for like a
literally.
week.
This is how we all met. We've been
you
all
had
playing
one
for
life
10
to
years.
R4. Sorry, if you had 4 lives to R1, we would win.
It just.
I've done this bet with a lot of gamers. We can put as much as you want on it. I think I can beat you with one hand.
He has a one-handed peach.
Fuck no.
It's crazy, bro.
We
I'm
can
just
put
saying.
we can put 1,000 on it.
This would be like me telling any of y'all to get on Rust or Nuketown, probably.
You
Well,
cook
not
me
Rust.
there.
Not Rust.
You cook me there. He has a good shot. I get cooked.
Oh my god.
Now, you guys really play, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't step
Yeah.
into the saw
Me-
trap.
as someone
yeah.
who's like done the COD thing and like was 1v1ing and like all that, Melee's very different.
Yeah.
Like you can't like I have friends who like played like only a little bit of COD, but they're actually pretty good. They're not like crazy good. Melee is like my first 2 years playing, I don't think I beat anyone.
Yeah, you're bad for a long
Takes
time.
Like,
so
at tournaments.
long.
At tournaments.
It takes a long time, yeah.
But like I was saying, there's a Melee player who got really good kind of recently. He's get some good wins. His name's Crudo. He's from Florida. And apparently he's packing 18 milligrams in his mouth. Zins. He is at like the human limit of nicotine right now
Just upper decking
While he's
while
running.
playing.
while playing.
I've also heard he
And
sleeps with them.
Yeah, and he sleeps
I'm
with
gonna
him.
call this a
We're
PED.
all
Can't be
worried
good.
about Crudo.
We're gonna call this a PED. He can't be playing with that in his
It
mouth.
can't be good for you.
It's
Oh, no,
definitely
it's definitely
not.
bad.
It's definitely not good.
But I mean, he's winning.
He's winning,
But
though,
he's reaching peak gaming.
and that's something to think about. He had his
Yeah.
best run actually like
I think
2
we
days
should give
ago.
him more.
And what was baseball the best? When Barry Bonds was hitting fucking homers,
They
juice
hit
out of his
dingers,
mind.
bro.
True.
Let's go back to that. Let's juice our Melee players.
Nicotine.
Awesome
Vyvanse.
HRT and nicotine.
Maybe I just relapse, too, and run it back. 7 days.
This is a good idea.
Dude, if you had 2 in, you would have crushed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up with
Relapsing to beat
a
PSL.
bunch of IQ vapes the next time we play.
Just the money spread of iPods. all the
They're getting popcorn along so quickly now.
I have a question. What do you like the most about new like content creation, and what do you dislike the most about it? Because it's obviously way different than 10 years ago. It's obviously shit that's different. What do you like? What do you dislike?
I think it's more authentic now.
Pause.
Whoa, really?
Pause.
At least in terms of streaming, you don't think so?
Oh, I guess that's true. Were
Like
you in the
YouTube-
24 hours stuck in an elevator with FaZe Banks?
No, but I made videos like that for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like if you watch a streamer regularly, like if you tap into their streams and you're like just a regular viewer, you're able to tell a lot about that person like for hours. Like people are streaming like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours.
Right.
It's way more organic and natural. There's situations you're in where you would never be in. You can't cut a stream or
Yeah.
like
You
edit.
can't fake a personality. You can't edit to make it look nice.
Yeah, you can do all this with YouTube. You can cut shit out. You could edit shit. Like you could hit start, stop on the camera whenever. When you're streaming, it's
I see.
all unedited, raw, organic. So I feel like
More candid.
This happened. I noticed this. Logan Paul tried streaming for like a short period. I think after like the Ninja Drake stream, and they were bad. They were bad. He would like throw plates. He had a wall of plates that he would have. And he'd throw
I
it
do
if
remember
he lost
this.
in
Yes.
Fortnite. And it just came off really inauthentic because I think he was like, "I'll do the YouTube shit, but live." And then everyone's like, "This sucks."
Interesting.
And so he quit it, and obviously found a niche live doing WWE, but I do think it's like a different skill, and you adapted to that skill pretty quick. Fuck.
Fire.
Fire.
Word of the day. Word of the day.
I didn't even think about
you
it.
could tell that you didn't even realize until
that's
afterwards.
sad.
What do you dislike then?
I mean, what do I if I had to really think about it,
You ever feel too old for the kids?
I mean, there's nothing like there's times where I wish, like, say I'm like 6 hours into a stream where I wish, like, I'll end and like go home, like where I actually live, shower, eat, and then like there'll be times where like, oh, I could see myself going back on stream right now and chilling, but like it doesn't work like that. Like if I want to stop, I gotta stop. You can't, you know what I mean? That's
Right.
like the main difference. But there's nothing like super like loud that I would say I dislike about
What
it.
about K-pop stands swarming Jason on the internet, purity testing him for everything he damn does? What about that?
I mean, I feel like as long as the internet is a thing, there's gonna be shit like that exists. Like,
K-pop
So it just rolls off you.
Because FaZe has a lot of haters.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, over the years in every rendition of what FaZe Clan was, there's been like a minority of people who have always hated it and been very vocal and loud about what we're doing. Like when we stopped playing Call of Duty and started vlogging, people fucking hated that. People were like, oh, like you're straying away from the roots. This shit sucks. Y'all are lame. When we moved to LA and the whole Fortnite shit happened, people were like, what the fuck? You guys were Call of Duty lifestyle vloggers. Now you guys are going to Fortnite. What the fuck is this? And now with the new phase, when we announced new phase, holy shit, were y'all on Twitter for those days?
Yeah.
No, I remember
It was
this.
crazy. For those days?
I'm on Twitter
Yeah,
every day.
they were dragging every person announced.
I had tears down my eyes, bro. I was screaming. I was like, Rain!
Bro, they fried
I
Banks. They
punched a
were,
hole in the drywall that day.
They did.
they were on Banks for everything. They were showing like, 'cause I think we announced Max first. People were like, no way, they started showing footage of Max playing Call of Duty, and like the COD like niche community of Twitter caught it and it went nuts, and then like started roasting Lacey, Silky, everyone, and like for me it's like a thing where I've been doing it for so long, like, and I've seen all types of shit on like and hate and what people. It doesn't really affect me.
You have a hater in your head that you like remember, like maybe from back in the day.
I just remember I used to let it get to me because I used to read comments because I would really scroll through all my YouTube comments and like read the majority of them. And I used to get flamed for having bad acne.
Oh
People
shit!
were frying me, and not even just on comments, in like different Twitter threads and shit. And I was always get
sucks so bad.
Yeah, I know. No, but they were creative as fuck though. I don't know why they were like, "Damn, you got an orbital V-sat on your face." Bro. Like, this shit is mad funny. This shit's actually.
I hate when you get roasted and you just have to nod. You're like,
And the fact that it's funny and it makes sense made me even more.
Fancy wavy.
And it's
Oh my god, that's funny.
And it's a COD reference too. It's like, bro, like I'm getting killed right now, like in my heart. And I remember like that was the era where it was like the last time I ever really let shit or like an opinion of someone who I don't know on the internet affect me. At just the concept of like you not knowing a person and 90% of the time it's a random Twitter profile pic, no face, no name, saying some shit. How am I ever gonna let like? It's easier for me to say because I've been doing it. It would be crazy for me to ever let that affect how I actually feel about myself or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And that's why I try to tell all the newer guys because they for sure let it affect them.
Really?
But
Yes.
you have to learn it. It's a skill, man.
I
You
see
have to
Lacey
learn it.
getting emo in his calm.
Yes, bro.
He gets sad.
I've had the same version of this conversation time and time again with a lot of like, even today, even with Ron today, I sat with Ron today and he was like, bro, like anytime I look online, it's like mad hate and it's threads and it's like the hate, like people are like, I see people replying to the hate and it's got likes too. Like, and I was just trying to tell him like exactly what I'm saying now. Like, bro, you're giving it attention. Like you're letting it affect you. It doesn't have to affect you if you don't want it to.
No.
Like it's your decision.
Yeah.
Like
Really.
completely 100%.
What about when
up to you.
Ron told me to kill myself 3 days ago
Oh, wait, he did?
on high rise?
It sounds like
What do I gotta do about that?
That's beast mode. You can't let that shit
I
get
don't
to
even
you.
think he said hi.
You can't let that shit get to you, bro.
I don't even think he knows my name.
Can't let that shit get you.
That's facts. All right, dude. Sorry.
No,
My bad.
that is so bro.
Man, it sounds like you just have a deep love then for like stream. I
Well,
guess
have
it's
you ever
'cause-
had a normal job?
No.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. Did you listen
One
to
day you
stories?
bought an HD PVR and then you never had a job.
Yeah, you never.
No,
had
that's
to work
crazy.
sell
No.
shoes.
I didn't get HEPVR. There was a kid in my class who had one, and then he was going to high school, and he was like, we're going to high school now. Like, I'm not recording myself playing video games. I'm like, every day I was like, bro, please give me the PVR. Please, 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 please. Last day of school, he finally gives it to me. But then I'm like, damn, I can't use a PVR and make YouTube videos. I need a TV. I need a laptop. I need I need like a bunch of other shit. So then that whole summer, I'm like trying to finesse. I got my mom to like, for my birthday, because it was in the summer, she's like, okay, I'll cover half of this like Toshiba laptop for your birthday. You got to pay me back the other half. And then I started like, I remember I was in SOAR and I started making videos and doing other shit. Like we would sell friend requests and shit back then.
Yep.
And I paid back like
You
the
were
other-
selling sub box
Holy-
spots.
How
You
much
were
would it
selling friend
cost for a
requests.
friend request?
it was like we would say like it's this much, but whatever anyone would give.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Just 100 and like
And
kind
the
of.
crazy thing is, there was this weird like.
But people would refund sometimes. Holy shit!
I never
Chargeback?
got refunded. But if you had notable people on your friends list, like if you had like FaZe members on your friends list, you would go into random search and destroy lobbies, and someone would DM you and be like, "How much for FR?"
For real,
And
yeah.
then you'd be like 1,600, and then all of a sudden they've sent you 1,600 Microsoft points, which is $25. And it's like, all right, yeah, you add them for 1 month, you delete them in a month. And then
You also never talk to him, right?
yeah, you never play with them, never talk to them, never invite them. And sometimes people will be like, "How much to be in your sub box on YouTube?" And it's like, I don't know, $50.
What's sub box? Sorry.
Like back, now it says like user also recommends these people. It used to just be like a box that you could put any channels you wanted to, like people you knew.
It would like show you who the yard
and-
subscribes to.
and it would include
okay.
their subscription button under their name.
see.
So it was like a way to promote someone.
I see.
But
Yeah.
what I was where was I at? Oh yeah, I never had a real job, but my mom was trying to get me to apply to one right when I turned 16, because when I turned 16 and you legally can work, I was already grinding YouTube, like making YouTube videos every day. It was all I would do. I would leave school. I didn't party. I didn't go out. I never took a sip of alcohol. I didn't do anything. All I would do was make YouTube videos. I would come home from school, and from the moment I got home to the moment, I have old tweets. Like I found one the other day where I tweeted, it was at like 6:20 a.m. I'm like, damn, I just finished my video and now I got to go to school in 30 minutes. Fuck. That was every day. Like every day I would come home and for hours,
And you're getting views on these videos?
sometimes like they would get like and soar like around 10,000 views, but I was still posting regularly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
10,000 views on old YouTube. That hit
Yeah,
like
that's
crack
crazy.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Not enough to.
Zay's sidekick did not hit those numbers.
Remember when we get stuck at 301 for a while?
Yes.
301
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was
If it hit
But that's how you
301,
knew you were.
like,
Yeah,
That's how you knew you had a banger.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's frozen. That's good.
It's
We
going
made it.
up.
But no, I never did. But my mom made me apply for one after I already was like making a good amount of money from YouTube, but I never got called back. Thank God.
Were you partnered on YouTube?
Yeah, my junior year.
Do you
I think
remember
I
how you got partnered? Like who partnered you?
got, an MGM reached out and they would pay me out in pounds, and it was a horrible split.
Like an
Holy.
MCN, like a British MCN or something.
Yeah, it was like 60-40.
I remember there was like, I'm trying to remember them. There was like TGN, Machinima.
It wasn't Machinima.
My friend was on Machinima.
Really?
M40 Steez.
Whoa.
If he still exists.
Wait, so
Shout
when you
out.
were doing this, like when do you start making money from what you're doing? Like real money from what you're doing? And are you doing better now? Like financially, is this era of FaZe for you better? I'm curious because you've been look. Can one
That's a
successful
crazy
content
question.
creator? I don't think this is crazy.
That's a crazy question.
It's like,
Well, I feel like he's
if you
much
don't have to
bigger
answer if you don't want
now.
to. I'm just
No,
curious.
it's-
I'm
it's
curious
a
as
fair-
someone else who does content. It's like what's it like making YouTube's back in 2014, 2013 compared to now? Because back then was good for a lot of people too.
Yeah, I mean, it was good back then for sure, but you definitely make more money now. There's just more verticals and it's bigger, it's more mainstream. So I feel like for specific sponsorships and like one-off brand deals, the bag is just bigger.
Well, those didn't really exist back then. Like
Yeah.
Not to the same
mid
degree.
video
Yeah,
ad
they didn't
reads and
have
stuff like that.
lynda.com.
I didn't
Yeah,
even think about
it would
that.
be rare. But I started making real money.
that shit
on
wasn't even
YouTube.
owned by Google yet.
Like I was making like
You know what I mean?
There's that guy at the zoo. That guy at the zoo had
Yeah.
wait, what was owned by Google?
YouTube.
YouTube.
When did it get bought by Google?
What year was that? That
I
was
think it was 2011.
It
It was early, but the
right?
public
It was
AdSense, public AdSense didn't get
But
added
I mean,
for
like,
a long time,
I mean, like
right?
when fucking
2013, I
like
think.
Smosh and shit were getting like their first partnerships directly from YouTube.
Yeah, but it was
I don't
only a
think Google
handful
owned
of
it.
people. Yeah.
But yeah, shit's better. It's got to be better now.
It is for sure. But I think I was making enough money because I remember I did the math in my head when I was really like trying to weigh out me not going to college and just doing what I was doing. I started making $8K a month, and I remember, okay,
Okay.
$8K a month, this $100K a year. I'm chilling. Like
As
what?
a teenager?
Yeah, 16 years
that's
old.
so-
yeah, that's,
yeah, that's
you're
insane.
And that's just off ad revenue from Call of Duty videos. I remember when I hit that 8K number, I was like, okay, so if I don't go to school and I just do this, I'll make $100K a year, but I'll go to school and I'll have this much money in student loans. I'll also graduate in 4 years, and then this is like the base salary. I'm like, why would I not do this?
Yeah, you crunch the numbers.
You know what I mean? And
Are you
It's
the
like the
only
game of
child?
life.
what?
Your only child?
No, I have 4 sisters.
Four sisters? Is it your mom single raised you guys?
No, my mom and my dad.
Okay,
Both together. Yeah, and they all got way cooler names.
Because
than me.
you only talked about your mom,
Cooler
so I was
names.
wondering.
Then Adapt.
No, that's I gave myself that one. The one they gave me versus all my sisters. All my sisters are named after cities in Europe, so it's like
Okay.
Paris, Vienna.
And they just saw your
Sydney and
face and they were just
Milan.
like,
Damn.
we need an American name.
Yeah, it's like damn, they got
Norby
these
name.
cool ass Goveries, and I got Alex, but it's all good. It's all good. It's because my dad wanted a name.
In a different world, you're like FaZe Berlin or something.
FaZe Berlin
Fire,
sounds-
actually.
that would hit. That would hit.
That's cool, man. So, I mean, like, are your parents like, it's a weird question, but like they got money or like you hit it big and then you took care of them type of thing?
I mean, yeah, we always were like definitely well off, and I always had like we lived in a nice ass house, and went to like a great school, and
You had like a middle class like upbringing.
yeah, but it wasn't ever a thing where it was like I had their money.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Like I could go do what I want. Like even for like the only thing I think I got fronted besides the consoles was half of the laptop, the Toshiba laptop that I started my whole YouTube career on. My mom fronted me half of it and took care of the other half for my birthday. And then I paid her back, which is still like insane that I was even able to do that. And then
Dude, if you're making $8K a month as a teenager, you've solved something.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Dude, I remember my first internship in college, and it was like $2K a month. And this is game.
My first job, I
changed
got
my
paid
life.
$7.25 an hour. It was awesome.
Same. I worked in a deli. I
I'd have to
learned how
work
mayonnaise got
8
made. Or
hours
ranch
to
dressing.
pay for a video game.
Same.
Yeah, it fucks up your concept of money and like how you actually value it when you're that young and you come up on that much money. Because you don't think it's real and you never physically have it. You know what I mean? Like I never physically, like I would just see it in your last 30 days. Like, all right, bet. Like, I never like would spend money.
Yeah, all your money was in PayPal.
Yeah. I literally wouldn't even check my bank account. Even now, I still try to like not look at it. Like even like the analytics shit on Twitch or like because I feel like it fucks up your view of the content, like what you're doing. Like you try to base it off of that.
Like you don't want to do what makes the most money. You want to do what you think's good.
Yeah, because the moment I feel like I'm not having fun with it and I start like being like, oh, like not even just the money part, but like viewership too and like numbers. Like,
Oh, you don't have your viewership up when you stream?
no, I have it, but I don't let it dictate whether or not what I'm doing, if what I'm doing like is something.
Like if you were to boot up like plutonium and then the viewers were lower, you wouldn't not boot it up next time. Like you're still gonna do it.
Yeah, because I feel like attaching like your happiness or how you feel about the content you're doing to the numbers on the back end, it's just a losing fucking game. And I did it with YouTube for so long. Like,
Oh, yeah, YouTubers do that shit.
all of us in New York, Apex Norton will tell you all the same thing. I remember we would wake up, we're like, damn, our video didn't get 100K views. Say we wanted to kill ourselves.
It's
I'm dead ass.
but you're saying that doesn't happen now.
No,
You don't
no.
feel that like
Yeah.
that you've been in the game too long.
You have a deep love now. It's not even, I feel like he has a deep love like he's new to the game. Because he's talking about he's been in here for 12
Yeah.
years. And after doing a 6-hour stream, he goes home, showers, and he
might
wants to
stream again.
He wants to spark up another stream.
Yeah, that's
Because
You have
it's
a deep
fun,
love.
bro. It's actually fun.
I know, but like this is not necessarily normal. Like I think, I think
That's why I'm surprised. It's like a lot of people in your shoes that have been doing it this long, they just phase out to other.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
fucking go, bro.
We're so bad
Dude, they
today,
phase
bro.
out instead of adapting.
yeah.
Lacey.
And they lose their temper.
We're checking our banks after.
People move on, whether it's circumstances of
say
their
that.
career or not, people move on to other stuff, like, and naturally, or they fatigue, they don't want to do it anymore.
You get
they-
old and you fucking
Yeah.
sunset.
Do
And
you
get
keep your
washed.
viewership up
Huh?
when you stream?
Yeah, constantly. I look at my numbers every fucking day, baby.
No, I'm talking about your viewership numbers.
Yeah, always.
Okay. And what about, because he loves stats. You're talking about, I don't like the analytics and shit. I feel like he's driven by them in
I'm
a
a
lot
little
of
stats
ways.
slut.
Your stats
Yeah.
whore.
I feel like I have a different perspective on it because I was in the day to day and doing YouTube every day and like so caught up on like, okay, this needs to hit this number and that's like I need to get this much views this month, and I was so like caught up in it, and then I stopped making YouTube videos and really stopped doing content altogether. Not really necessarily by choice, but if I really wanted to, I feel like I would have found a way. And for like years, for like 2-3 years, I kept trying to figure out like, damn, like I'm trying to, like I'm not done. You know what I mean? Like I still love doing this. I still have mad ideas, things I want to do. And I would like sit around trying different things or trying to do this or that. And then shit like finally fell into place. And not like overnight either. Like that was like a thing where gradually it just started happening and I started having more fun with it. That's why I feel like I have a different perspective of it, and I just love it because I was doing it before and I had it, and then I didn't. Like, and I woke up one day, I'm like, I worked way too hard my entire life to feel like this and to like wake up every day not knowing what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And I would sit and try to figure it out by myself every day. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at least mentally.
I
when
think
look
that's
at
the
it.
big like answer is that like people who make videos or content or whatever or art, if you want to separate them, is saying like I still have something to say. And when you run out of shit to say, but you're still speaking, that's the bad part. And that's when you end up with like making garbage.
Do you, since you move out at 17, you're making money as a teenager, and you skip college, you skip a lot of like parts of life that, other kids would be going through. Do you feel like do you like regret missing anything, or do you feel like you learned things faster or learned any hard lessons because of the shit you did back then? I feel like moving out, it's still insane to me. You moved across the country when you were 17 to move into a house with a bunch of people you
And
had.
you did not know the word vernacular when you moved. You had no fucking clue.
Bro,
Like going to a tournament with MacD at it.
bro, I didn't know a lot of things.
Let's go.
I didn't know a lot of things.
What's something you learned way too late? Like you were like, I should have known this a long time
Maybe
ago.
way too late and way too early.
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I mean, fuck, bro. And when I moved to New York, I remember I genuinely thought mayo and mayonnaise were two different condiments.
No. Do not laugh. Do not laugh.
Why do you not laugh at that?
Because I had the same. I didn't know until I was 21.
I'm
I
not
swear to
trolling.
God.
This is not me thinking this is not normal. I now just think you're also crazy.
No. He's totally in the right on this one.
you're
It's
both
weird.
just
It's
in the
weird
wrong.
that you call them the different things.
No, it's not.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's because I never learned that.
Exactly. We don't learn shit.
I don't think that's like a thing they teach. I don't think they're like, hey, guys, mayo and mayonnaise are two separate
It's a
things.
Southwest thing, bro. I grew up in
is so
Colorado,
fried.
same shit.
But now that's in the bag.
Yeah, it is.
Now we have that.
Yeah.
And we can pull that out. You can be like, can I get mayo?
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, like how to pay my taxes or like something in that realm.
No.
Look, we all joked when we first lived with him. He didn't know that dishwasher liquid and dish soap for the sink was different. So he put Dawn in the dishwasher.
Which is a really bad
and
thing to
bubbles
do.
came out like fucking Willy Wonka, dude. It was crazy.
That
and I had
fries
to tell
a dishwasher.
him that's not how we do dishes.
hilarious. That is hilarious.
And you were 25.
I mean, I think I used to get in my head when I was in New York and I was 18 and I would like look at my friends from back home and like everyone's at ASU, it's lit. Like everyone's outside. They're having these like real like.
Yeah, he was invited probably.
Me and Bresman, ultimate frisbee party, going fucking crazy, slapping each other across the face, drinking beers, kissing people.
Yeah, Breslin kiss a lot.
People are having like real life experience and like getting to be in these social settings. And I remember I'd just be like in my room in Long Island, New York, and we wouldn't leave the crib. Like we wouldn't leave the crib. We really didn't have to. And I would kind of be like, damn, like I feel like it would be cool to experience that at the time. But I mean, as I got older and like we moved to California and then we moved to LA, like I've been around and I feel like in enough situations where I've been able to learn and grow and put things together myself without necessarily having to do it the traditional way.
You're going far back to talk about FOMO, but I mean, you talked about it on stream. I don't know how genuine you're being, but you're experiencing it now. Like people who you grew up with now are getting married. They're having kids.
No, for real.
They're moving on to the next stage of life. And you are thinking about sparking up your second stream while watching OGS alone at 10 p.m. That's a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's really just facts, though.
But I mean, it's like,
OGS is so good, though.
it's a great show.
Bro,
It's a great show. And it's better.
Lelouch is the
It might be
GOAT.
better than having a kid, like watching that show.
For the first time,
Yeah, because what's it gonna? It's gonna shit itself again.
Yeah.
And Lelouch never shits
I
himself.
saw that last episode.
Not one time does Lelouch shit himself.
Lelouch didn't ever cry or bitch. Like,
He's the GOAT.
he really is.
Coolest
bro.
thing babies do is breastfeed. That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
But you
Respect,
do you feel FOMO on
respect
that?
for that, cause same.
Oh, how like so people my age and friends are. I mean, not really. I feel like whenever I decide to do that, when the time is right, like that'll happen.
Do you think about like a retirement age, or is that like in conjunction with content creation?
It's crazy. I think I was talking to Max about this yesterday. We were in the theater watching the game, and like me, him, and Silky, and he's like, "Yo, what are you trying to do after this?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "After all this shit." And I was like, "I don't know."
You don't think about it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm really, and I mean, obviously there's like the easy answer, which is like, yeah, like I will get enough money to be able to like live comfortably and like raise a family, maybe go back home to Arizona, be closer to my family. Maybe like, I feel like by default, that's like the default choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like the normal ending.
Yeah. But I truthfully just don't ever look that far ahead. Like I'm more focused on.
I mean, your life, everything you've talked about, you seem pretty locked into enjoying what's in front of you, which is cool because I think a lot of other people struggle with the opposite problem. They're like fatigued with what they're doing, or they're spending too much time looking at the future, and they don't want to just enjoy now. Like
People don't
and
live in the
specifically this
present.
type of work.
And I feel like a lot of the time when people are unhappy or stressed or sad, they're almost 99% of the time thinking about something that hasn't happened, something that could happen, or something that already happened to them. It's never like
or something they can't control.
yeah, something they can't control. Yeah, too. But like people don't really exist in the present, so that's really at least where I'm at. I don't know if that sounds crazy.
You have a
You're maybe the ideal person to have gotten hit by this trick shot.
Because I'm not gonna let that fuck me up.
I'm not thinking about all
Like
the shit.
that's
all
not
the
gonna
videos
stop
of
my
women.
momentum.
That shit's over. That shit was 2 days ago, bro.
Well,
There
see,
it
the
is.
thing about 7 sensitivity is like that's not an easy 360 to get out in that
Oh,
time.
I didn't even see how you swapped to the M9.
What do you rate this? What do you rate this shot? Like objectively, ignoring that it's
7
you.
cents. 7 cents.
I mean, objectively,
headshot over the bomb.
it's 360 no scope in a $15,000 land tournament. It's ridiculous.
$300.
It's to even do this in a land tournament, like
Yeah.
where money's on the line,
Yeah.
is nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was to win the fucking game.
Yeah,
like,
and the
bro,
game
come
ender.
on, bro.
Best day of my life, by the way.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Like Nick has been working on PSL for months, like a gross amount, like neglecting at points his job,
Yeah,
the
pretty
yard,
much everything, yeah.
his girlfriend, his loved ones, me,
Yeah.
to work on modding Call of Duty 4.
That's
For-
lit.
for
though.
fun.
Setting up every console.
Not for stream, not
Like-
for a YouTube video, just for fucking
that room
fun.
was empty 4 months ago.
But that's so important. I feel like.
Thank you for
I feel
saying
like
that,
people
bro.
don't understand the value of like, because that's something that has been a hobby and something that you care about since you were young, right? Since you were like 12, 13.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, yeah,
Ever-
I think
ever since,
you're doing all this for baby you.
Ever since Zergriz made the no scope tutorial,
Yeah.
the G-shot tutorial.
People get
I was
older and
online.
like let those pieces of them just die and wither away, like the things that make them
You don't-
happy.
A lot of the time, you don't have the opportunity to take the money and time to go seek out something you wanted as a child. I remember this happening when we did the Double Dash LAN, because the GameCube has a fucking LAN mode in it, and most people don't even know that because so few games could even use it. And you can play LAN Double Dash with 16 people on the GameCube. And we just like did an event with it. And I remember as a kid looking at the game book and imagining how cool it would be to be able to, one, afford it and have enough friends to do it.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a
facts-
sad image. There's like little Aiden just looking, being like, 15 people are here, and they're all.
And they're all my friends. They have shirts with my face on it. There's a bracket. There's a
But
bracket. for all
now,
of
but
us.
now you get to do shit like
you
that.
did.
Yeah.
But even now, hearing you explain that, you could hear how passionate you are about it when you're talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like people get older and those things that matter to them as they were growing up,
I think there's a generational thing too, because
they
like
let 'em go.
LAN gaming is like it's not a thing anymore. The fact of like getting a bunch of consoles in a room or even a bunch of computers, which I used to do, it's like it's so much more work.
it is
It is.
the most tedious shit ever trying to put together 8 setups and like you gotta make a fucking mod menu, bro.
He did make a mod menu, a
That
lot of
shit
late
is
nights.
not easy. Like it's not.
There was
And
a bug in one of the PSL versions. I'm only in the chat. I don't go because I'm bad at all these games. And he's like, yeah, sorry, there's a bug where like the gun game doesn't swap well. And I was just like, Patrick Star, another 10K lines of code to the PSL.
Yeah, because the guys like for like maybe a full month, I was just like AFK, and they're just like, so what do you, how's this thing coming along that we're doing? And I'm like, well, I picked up C++ because
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to
We're
make.
getting worried.
Because I'm trying to play a game made in 2007, but today,
That's why I feel
it's
like
not for stream. It's not even for work.
That's the coolest shit ever to me though.
I feel like that's why the clip's also awesome, because it cements it. I mean, like, it would still be cool regardless.
Sure,
But now
yeah.
there's like a way to explain it to other people who wouldn't get it in a single clip. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is why it was awesome to work at it.
Well, it's funny because when we were setting up the room to play them, for some reason I didn't think about it being similar to when we do PSL. And then Dan was like, "Oh, you gotta turn off all the lights and do like the disco lights and like the shit that you guys do when you play on Fridays." And I was like, I didn't think about that at all. And I think that added a lot to the atmosphere.
Having
Like
your
right when
PSL
we
ready.
walked in, like they were just like, "What the fuck is all this?"
It's like a high school dance.
When I walked in, there was the disco lights, Driz playing music on his DJ.
You were the only
set.
one who was like, wait, are you guys nice? Because like, everyone else,
No,
like
I
Ron
knew
and
you guys- I
Jason,
knew
they
you
were
guys
just
were
like, they were
nice.
just running around yelling, and you're like, wait a minute, what did we walk into? You guys have 8
Fucking boss
Xboxes.
music playing.
There's no way you just have 8 setups and it's like, oh, like we just put these together, like, we found use those setups.
It's like there's custom fucking Modern Warfare 2 cases. It's like the PSL.
Yeah, the
case.
custom cases.
Yeah.
Bro, it's MW2 and BO2. You know how hard it is to play those games online? Like, you don't just like, oh, like, you want to come, you know what I mean? So I knew.
Yeah.
System link.
He's
all
been
that
saying
shit.
it's an Xbox 360 summer. For
Yeah,
so
bro,
long.
it's an Xbox 360 Summer. Everyone needs to go buy one, and we are bringing the lobbies back.
Here's
I'm
my
down.
Here's
Yes.
my idea. We run this back. Bring the old FaZe guys.
oh God,
We could
bro.
do.
Bring the unks.
If
could
hey,
do
the
that.
only,
Bring
the only
Banks.
way we have a chance is if we keep the one sniper only rule.
Yeah, for sure.
No, we got to do all snipers, bro. If I
Oh,
bring
No, we
the
get
OG.
cooked. We
He's
get
destroyed.
cooked.
I'd have to call some friends from high school for that.
Just
putting
those
his
Marlboro
kid down.
Reds, bro.
That would be so much fun, bro. I mean, I just set up a LAN at the FaZe house, just 2 monitors, 2 Xboxes, where it's just BO2 for now. But I want to eventually get like MW2, and I'm pretty sure the live servers for BO2 are still up and running.
All of them are up.
Which is
Because
crazy.
I play COD 4 like every night.
Because Apex, I know him for sure. He plays it and makes videos for his gaming channel on it. Every day he's been trying to tell me, get on, get on, get on. So part of me wants to start playing BO2 on the 360 on stream and like making some sort of arc around it or something.
Yeah,
I feel like,
let's do the Xbox 360 summer and we can rematch at the end of summer.
yeah, I feel like there's so much and people love that game. It's so good.
Yeah, chat's crazy. Like chat, every time they see it, they're like, it's just a nostalgia wave, I think.
You can
It
technically
is.
still queue league play.
Oh my
Really?
God.
Yeah, there's just not players. But you're big enough to where like you could organize like everyone get on and go on league
Get on
play.
league
And
play.
you could do a team of 4. You could make a custom logo
What's
again.
league
Like
play?
you could. League play was Black Ops embedded
ranked.
it was
competitive
like
mode.
it was
ranked.
like the first ranked mode that Call
You
of
could
Duty
make your
had.
own
And
logo
it was actually good.
in the game.
Is this
and
where
it
people
would
like
only-
swastikas?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it was-
swastika.
it
is
was-
happens
it
with
was big
every make your
titties,
own
ass,
To be honest with you,
ass,
I think I learned more about vagina anatomy from the Black Ops 2 custom logos than I did in school. Like,
Just booting it up and beating it.
That game had
Awesome
everything.
emblems.
yeah, that game pretty much had everything.
It had
Yeah.
theater mode. It had zombies. It had a fucking ranked play, competitive
Yeah.
mode.
It's
Free for all was
definitely the
good.
best competitive COD I think ever.
Guys, I got into a bit of a trouble.
Okay.
I signed up for a monthly service that
Me and Aiden are going to turn you in. Sorry.
Okay, well, listen to what I did first, and then before you make a rash decision.
Yeah.
I
I'm
signed
calling
up for
right
a
now.
service that sends me chicken tenders every single week.
dude.
Yeah, that's
You
kind of
played-
cool.
You played the new Mario Kart and you saw the chicken tenders and you were like, what if I could eat those in real life? You found out you could. Yeah, I did all this too.
Basically, I get sent about 200 chicken
many.
tenders.
Too many.
Right, it's too many.
It's way too many.
Cooked, frozen.
Yes.
Wait, but I also have the subscription.
Yes.
And so if
You
you have
didn't
so
answer.
many, I don't need to have it myself. I don't
Well,
feel
the
like.
thing is, I don't want it anymore, and they make it really hard to cancel it.
Oh.
So I need some help.
Well, the thing is, you realize that Rocket Money, you can just go in the app and you can just press a button and they'll go cancel it for
Rocket Money's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions and monitors your spending and helps lowers your bills so you can grow your savings.
Oh.
If you didn't know
you. That is so convenient
Yeah.
to be added into this, too.
I use it to cancel my master class because I couldn't log into master class and I didn't want it anymore. But
Okay.
I got it because Negranu told me one time that you shouldn't be all loosey-goosey at the table eating a sandwich.
Right, and now, but you still are loosey goosey, and now you have no skills.
Yes.
'Cause you-
But I also saved $240 a year.
Oof. Yeah, so I didn't know how much these tenders were costing me until I checked Rocket Money. It's about $7,000 a month.
That's-
I'm
Yeah,
paying
they
the,
think I'm a restaurant.
I'm paying the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power every month.
Dude.
Oh.
Okay, that's
save
gotta
some
go.
fucking
And we're
money,
going to
dude.
cancel that right
You know,
now.
Rocket Money's got over 5 million users, and they've saved $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Now make it $501 million because Aiden was paying that much to LAPD.
Dude, they save members up to $740 a year.
LAPW.
Was not
The
paid
Los Angeles Power
LAPD.
Department. He's paying LAPD. Aiden told me.
It's
no,
power and
no,
water.
I looked at
not
his bank
LAPD.
statements. He had
It's a
LAPD
different
all over it.
LADWP.
Aiden has
said D.
monthly donations.
Very different
saw D?
organizations.
I saw LAPD on Aiden's computer when I
Okay.
walked over, and there's a bunch of donations
Well, if
monthly.
you want to cancel your wanted subscriptions, maybe to the LAPD and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money, go to rocketmoney.com/theyard.
That's rocketmoney.com/theyard to cancel your LAPD donations.
You shouldn't be donating to
You
that.
shouldn't. You should.
I'm not.
Let's
It's
shouldn't-
for
just
water and
go back.
power.
They
Get
have
out of here.
enough.
Let's
The
get out.
police deliver the water and power every month.
Now to a guy who doesn't know what the word verbatim means. Hey, Black Ops 6 fucking sucks.
Can we
Can
say
I
it
say
again?
that? Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I mean the majority of the new Call of Duties are not enjoyable.
Can you
None of them are
explain why,
fun.
as someone who I play like Warzone sometimes?
I don't know. It fucking kills me that they've like regressed in the opposite direction for over almost a decade now. MW2 Remastered was good. That was the last one that I feel like existed outside the week where they released it. Everything else,
Wait, Modern Warfare Remastered?
2019.
Wait, there was an MW2 remaster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
There's
Not-
so,
not-
there's
not-
there's so many cons.
Yeah.
They made so
Not the
many.
MW2 we know. I don't know how to even explain
Oh,
it.
it wasn't the same.
was MW 2019.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
That was the last one that I feel like, and that kind of came out with Verdansk, where I feel like the game was fun. I still play Warzone every night almost, even sometimes off stream, but it's just not the same as it was like when we would play COD, like MWBO2. Like it was.
What parts of it feel like? What's shitty about it?
I mean,
It's just a vibe.
there's a lot of things like, I mean, if I, off the top of my head, if I had to highlight one, it's just like the fact that you can put 8 fucking attachments on a gun. The fact that to get a specific attachment for whatever gun is the meta, you have to use this SMG and get this SMG to this level to get this grip for this AR.
Right.
That doesn't even fucking sound like.
Yeah. You have to grind
real-
shipyard. Is the best way to get your shit.
It actually is miserable even making a class with everything unlocked in custom because there's like a foregrip, a back grip, a nozzle.
Yeah.
It's like there's
Jesus.
so much going on.
It's crazy because it feels like all of the biggest bugs are are in gameplay, and it's like they'll be like, you know what, like if the main menu like looks like Netflix and Nicki Minaj is in the game and every gun has 45 attachments on it, like that's what we want. That's the
and
peak of
instead
this
what
game.
they do is they had Seth Rogen Nuketown and there's weed haze.
And that seems like all their priorities are there.
It's also like very clearly they're doing shit for money, which is
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I get it, but also it's like,
I don't like how disposable the games feel now. Like it feels like they come out with a game, it's 900 gigabytes, and then you're supposed to, when the next game comes out, uninstall that one, reinstall the new one, because who the fuck has 5 terabytes on their SSD? And it's like, oh yeah, fuck the last year one, who cares? We're on
Dr.
this one now.
Disrespect. Sorry, that was late.
it doesn't even matter.
Let's go.
It literally is so unfortunate. Can anyone here remember the last time like Call of Duty was like memorable? People like talked about like the new COD or like getting outside the first week a game came out.
I feel like it's just Warzone.
Yeah,
like
Warzone.
Warzone was its own phenomena for a bit.
Yeah.
Warzone gets people hyped.
Because like back in the day,
Warzone's
like
fun.
MW2 came out, and then they were like, "Wow, it's the greatest game of all time." Whatever. You play the shit out of it, and even Black Ops 1, MW3, Black Ops 2, all these games come out, you play them, but you still play MW2.
Yeah.
And the servers are
Yeah,
still
we would still
big.
go back
New
to-
COD is not like that. You're not like going back and playing COD 4 Remastered. Like
Yeah, it's like Madden.
More Advanced Warfare.
It's just
Ghost.
it's like a sports title. It's like, why play the one from 2012?
Yeah, they've perfected a development cycle and a money making situation, and I don't know. It's interesting
what
to
it
hear
is,
like
yeah.
like an old head who's not that old be like, no, the mechanics still suck, but you understand why it's so successful.
It's like the blueprint for what everyone is like overly like obsessed with in every conceivable category is already out. It exists, but they just ignore it. So I don't get it. But I do, because then again, it's like a money making.
It's working. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're making money. It just feels like, damn, I feel like there's such a core group of people who grew up playing Call of Duty who was like a part of like a lot of people's childhoods and lives growing up, where now it's like they lost them. You know what I mean?
Well, this is why we still play the old Smash game,
The
Melee.
Melee.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very lucky in that there's still a very like healthy scene and a powerful scene for like the one game that we can't put down, right?
Well, it's coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2.
because it's an
Because it's an Xbox 360 summer. And we're bringing it back to the masses.
We actually might have to do it, bro. It's
We
already
can
begun,
do
man.
that,
Because we have
bro.
a CRT in here. Adapt walked in. He's like, "You play Smash on that, right?" Like he knew, he
Yeah,
understood.
you're
It's
ahead,
like,
bro.
Yes, that is our melee
Here's
setup.
what we do, bro. We rent out, what's that pyramid in Vegas?
The Luxor.
The Luxor.
He rents
Luxor?
out the HyperX
Oh, the
Luxor
HyperX
Arena.
Arena?
The sphere?
Yeah, no, the fucking.
He said a pure.
Different shit.
Other shape.
Wrong shape.
to New York.
That's great.
That's great.
You didn't get to go to the
You
dentist
just put a round
office.
circle and a square peg. You just did the thing.
He really did say pyramid too. And I responded with sphere. That's
No, that was
crazy.
tough. That was tough.
Yeah,
We rent that shit out at the end of the summer. We have a fucking awesome Xbox 360 LAN.
Brother,
that's
you
actually
gotta
a really
get
good
one.
idea.
Huh?
You gotta get one.
Get what?
Yeah, you
An
talk
Xbox
a lot.
360.
You talk a lot.
I got 8 downstairs.
Me and Nick Yingling play every night, bro.
I got 8 downstairs.
You don't got them.
I got them.
They are hits.
Listen, I am down.
Wait,
and
oh,
I
wait, no,
will-
they're hits.
I will use every like bit of influence I have to push for this shit because I actually love this shit.
Let's
Xbox
fucking go
summer.
Xbox 360 summer.
Bro, even now I just play like a game. I say it's a game, it's always like an hour or two of Warzone. And it was just me originally, but now like a lot of the other FaZe guys are getting on. Like Jason has been playing a lot. Ron will jump on and play. Silky, everyone like has been, it's to a point now where people ask for it. Which
Yeah.
when I started streaming, I was like, okay.
That was poison.
It's weird because like I like Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty, but I can't play it on stream because people hate it. Also, I don't have fun with it. It was just like a desktop IRL like reaction and then straight IRL thing. So to see like over the past like month, maybe a little bit longer, like slowly implementing it at the end of my streams, not just myself, but with the other FaZe guys. And for people to fuck with it is really cool. So I feel like doing it with Black Ops 2 is not something that's crazy. It's something that actually makes sense.
This is doable.
I think now is the time too because like people are kind of like yearning for the
Nick,
nostalgia
it was
of
the
it.
shot heard around the world.
Everyone saw the clip, guys. Can we just be real? I think that's going to be be the spark that ignites the
Yeah,
flame.
no, I have to go on a redemption arc, bro.
Real shit.
I'm thinking about selling T-shirts that just have your face on it. It says like missing,
Bro,
It's got milk carton.
last thing on B site.
The clip,
No, bro.
the bury me, like the animals are leaving
Yeah.
clip. Because it's, it's recirculating again, naturally.
People are putting me in it. Yeah.
Something that I thought about when this was happening is Nick is also the reason that clip like took
Oh, I blew
off.
that up.
Yeah, that's
That-
funny.
what clip?
The
The
one
Invader
Invader V.
where she's like the
30
animals
seconds
are
to
leaving,
Mars.
but it's,
Oh yeah.
That
At the
clip.
beginning of the edit.
yeah,
Yeah, and
like
Nick,
that.
it was
one of my
small.
friends just sent me that like as a downloaded video, like not even a link. And he was like, "Have you seen this?" I died laughing. Like, this is the funniest shit ever. And it was not viral. It was not a big video at all. And I tweeted it and I said, "Hey, I'm not trying to say I made this video. I'm trying to find who made it because I think it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life." And that tweet blew up.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Yeah.
that's why that clip is
He's the one
so
tweeted it
big.
up.
That's
and everyone
crazy.
thought, despite how I wrote the tweet, everyone thought I made it. So I got DMs for like 2 years that were just like, "Bro, fucking the video you made is so funny." And I'm like, "It says it right there. I did not make it."
No one reads
And
it.
the guy who made it found me and was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Read the tweet. I was looking for you."
Yeah, the guy who made it was kind of pissed
and
at
then,
you.
yeah, and I'm like replying to the tweet like, "This guy made it," and of course no one replied. No one
But
sees
Nick's
the
like the
reply tweet.
inflection point for it becoming so
It is
culturally
very full
relevant.
circle now that like I'm in the video.
Yeah, it's crazy how many strings are attached to it now.
Yeah.
That's insane. I did not know the lore behind it.
What
really
is
been about this shit.
My curiosity? What is your favorite trick shot that you hit?
I
Presumably
mean,
back in the day. Do you have one
I mean,
that
the
when
one
you go
that-
back, you're like,
I feel like the one that everyone knows is obviously the crane shot because that was a crazy shot, especially at the time.
I don't know shit.
I'm gonna try to send it.
And
I'm
you're
gonna
a
try to get
trick-
this to
like-
zipper.
And you're a trick shotter, so
You were in
under-
SOAR, right?
No, I was in FaZe.
You were in FaZe? Oh shit.
at the time. But my favorite is gotta be the basketball court Suion raid. That was like the most creative.
Can you walk us through the shot and then we'll see it?
Like I can actually fully break it down.
Yeah,
for
break
you.
it down, break it down.
So like, there's this
Bro, I
map.
looked up basketball trick shots and it's just you on a basketball court, the real one,
no,
doing IRL trick shots.
I gotta find it, bro, so I can show y'all.
How do I find this shit? Is it in
Yeah,
a certain
hold on.
episode?
Hold on. Adapt.
This is like one of those GQ
raid
videos. It's like
basket.
if FaZe Adapt breaks down his most
Yeah,
iconic trick shots.
Pause there. You got like a pink marker.
Is this
Is
it?
this one?
Nah,
No, it's
nah,
not.
nah.
Wait, can
this
you watch
is a
this?
crane
I want
shot?
to see this.
This is good though. This is a good clip.
Is this
for sure.
TDM?
This might No,
Are you 16? How old are you?
17.
This is New York.
TDM?
FFA.
Oh, FFA.
But I had a lead though.
Oh, I thought that was it.
You see, like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, no one's.
amongst trick shotters, like, if you hit a clip and someone else was at 29, it was kind of looked down on because other people were trick shotting.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to win the game right here.
There was like a hierarchy. There was like a hierarchy of how you could hit one and like what was considered the dopest or whatever.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Bang!
Oh my god! What the?
I still can't believe I hit this
I love
shit.
the Astra headset too.
Look at this! Look at this!
This is probably the most popular one that people know me for. I can't believe I didn't get the reload though. Still,
Yeah, the fake Steves at the
And you
end.
end on top, man. That's swag.
bro, I gotta
Alright.
find the raid Sui, bro.
That's so funny, finding the unlisted video.
Bro, hold on. I gotta find this. 'cause
Yeah,
this
I
is
didn't see it. I
it's
didn't
my
see it
favorite
now.
because it's the only time I ever attempted it.
Did you send yours too, Nick?
Mine?
Send your gal.
Listen, mine. I
Go
know
band for
exactly
band.
which one
Yeah,
it is.
go in for M. And then later we can watch me Falcon punching Aiden in pools.
This is all going to be really fun. I like all of these ideas. This is good.
I win this set. I win this set.
It is crazy you won the set, but
And nobody ever remembers
No one
that.
remembers
Nobody
that part.
remembers that
Yeah,
part.
you get Falcon Punch, you lost the set. It doesn't matter what happens in the game.
Dude, it should insta end.
There should be a mod.
yeah. There
would
used
like
to be an
that.
old 20XX mod where if you rolled, it would just kill your character and they'd explode as to incentivize you to like
That's
not
really
roll.
funny.
I have one question for you while we're waiting.
What's
I've
that?
always wondered how does FaZe Rug fit into FaZe? Because he is a gigantic YouTuber, like on his own, and he seems pretty separate from everything. Is he still a part of it? Or
Yeah, I mean, he fits in because he joined the same way I did. Like, he's been a part of FaZe longer than me. He joined off trick shotting.
I didn't even know
was-
that.
He was really good.
It was a really good trick. Honestly, he has some of the most iconic trick shots ever.
I actually didn't
He has
even
a
know.
collat wall bang across the map on MW3. He has a collat trick shot on Nuketown. He's the only trick shotter besides Linksy hit a kill cam collat. But Rug got 2 spawn shot collats, a bunch of other crazy
Yeah,
clips.
clutch trick shots didn't happen.
Yeah, and his MW3 one, it literally looks like he's cheating. But like I've also been friends with him as long as I've been friends with Ricky, and he never was like a part of the New York house, but always would pull up and do his own thing.
Yeah.
And then even now, like when FaZe started like becoming a thing that we were all a part of again and passionate about, he starts showing, like he was at the crib when we announced the new house. Like he was there. We did some shit with him. He's gonna come back. He's
Yeah.
gonna be in this thing we're doing Thursday. He's very still much a part of like FaZe and always has been.
Yeah.
It's just he's got like 25 million subscribers on YouTube in
Yeah.
San Diego.
Wasn't he like one of the first ones to start making like big IRL videos?
Yeah, I mean, he like definitely had some like videos, even off the top of my head, that I can remember, like the cocaine prank and different things he was doing with his with his family.
That sounds like some shit I just make up.
Bro, he made some of like the biggest at the time, like that 2015 style of YouTube pranks, and yeah,
I remember
took
before
off.
that, Temper was doing like day in the life, like him going to school videos.
Way further
and
back.
we were in high school when he was posting those, and we thought it was so crazy. We were
thought
like,
it was
holy
so
shit,
cool,
he's
too.
like, he's got a camera at school.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was such a wild thing.
that's what low-key inspired me to start, because I was in high school vlogging. Like I was in high school full-blown YouTuber. I had almost
Dude,
That's wild.
I made a vlog in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever show it to the people?
Yeah, I uploaded it. Probably had like 70 views.
No, I mean
It was-
like revisited it.
No, I've never showed it to Chad ever.
It's crazy.
Did people at school know you were like a trick shotter with a YouTube channel and stuff?
No, the only person who knew was my best friend Mo, but I still remember the exact day everyone found out that I did YouTube, because I would make YouTube videos every day and post them.
Yeah.
And I was in FaZe, and at the time I think I was getting like 50K views a video.
That's crazy
Dude,
back
in
then.
high school, I can't even
You're a celebrity
imagine.
back then.
But no one like I would pull up to school and I didn't talk to no one. I didn't really have any friends besides Mo, and that was it. But there was this game we all played called Senior Assassins, where you get paired with someone, and
Yeah.
there was a Twitter page that every kid in our senior class, like to participate in Senior Assassins, everyone puts up like $40. Every senior, there's like a couple $1,000 in the pot. Whoever wins gets it, right? And for updates and like rules and like who got out, announcements, whatever. There's a Twitter page. Everyone followed the Twitter page. The first round of Senior Assassins, I almost got like caught and like didn't like made this crazy escape. And then like I went home and made a video about it. Like I always did. Like I would always talk about like what happened in my day.
What you did at school today.
Yeah, like what I did at school that day. And this was just a straight story time. And I called, cause the girls who tried to get me out like lied and were like, nah, we hit him. And I was like, no, they didn't. I was like on YouTube, like I had just got home and I sat in front of the camera and made this and was still like,
I didn't get hit at Senior Assassin. All right, and if Amy and Becky are watching, they're bitches, first off.
yes, that's what I said. I'm like, nah, fuck these bitches. I said that. I was like, I'm like, they're psycho. Fuck them. Like I made it out. Like I explained the whole thing. Posted the video, and I'm at school, or no, I was at the gym with Mo, and I got because I had noties on for the Twitter, and they fucking put the link on the Twitter. It was like disqualified at FaZe Adapt on sportsmanlike conduct.
What?
Posted the video, and I went to school the next day, and I'm not even trolling, and I could call Mo, he'll tell you the same shit. I would be in the English class, and I would hear my voice being played on a phone like this from like 4 different places in the room, and then people would stop watching it and have like a discourse about whether or not I should be disqualified or not. While people don't even realize I'm in the room with them.
Oh, they're not doing it to fuck with you. They're just dead ass trying to watch it.
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
And
it was contentious.
it was like split. Like a lot of people were like, nah. Like,
Was it a gender divide?
yeah.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That
But
makes
also
sense.
the one thing that I really remember is what's it called? The girl who was watching it in front of me in English, she didn't know I was behind her. And I was in the class with her. She stopped watching the video. She started talking to her friend like, nah, he should be disqualified. Like, he doesn't need the money for the Senior Assassins. Like, he makes YouTube videos. Like, what? Like, he doesn't need this
Loki,
money.
she's right. You're making 8 bands.
Yeah, but there's not a fucking charity case.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, we're not
The game is the game.
I didn't just donate the money. I'm playing the game.
That's true, that's
you know What I
fair.
mean? Just like you. And I remember that bothered me so much. I'm like, wait, why am I getting different treatment? Because
28-year-old
videos.
dad tape on the shoulder.
No, not at the time. There was a girl in my math class who I spazzed. Probably the only time I ever really I say spaz, but like talk back to, because a lot of people would say shit. Even my English teacher would say shit about how I would make Call of Duty videos and YouTube videos. And
Shitting on
that
you
was
for
fucking
it.
lame. Because people would
is
look at you
lame.
like a nerd back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Dude,
even if you just played the game, if you recorded yourself playing the game and posted it to YouTube, you were a super nerd.
No, super lame.
Yeah.
And you were
My
not-
friends made fun of me. That's why I stopped doing it. I made Call of Duty videos when I was 16.
Yeah. So I didn't talk openly about it. And this girl, Victoria, in my math class started turning up, and she was like, yeah, like, you think you're going to go to, like, not go to, we were on the topic of college. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And for some reason, like, I got targeted. She was like, yeah, like, have fun, like, making Call of Duty videos forever. Like, ooh. And I just remember at this point, I was making a good amount of money. I was like, Victoria, I'm making more money than your parents right now. The fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I know what your dad does for work. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, and he serves me when I go to
Dude,
KFC.
this is like
he serves me every
this
time.
is like a situation a high school kid dreams of happening. You could actually do it. This is a comeback that most people think about at night, but never happens.
I know your pussy ass dad works at the hospital.
I was so mad at her.
Ask your mom about me. Ask her about me.
Because they always, like, people said all the time would say shit, especially like kids in school, like everyone had their own opinion. I never really paid mind to it. But I don't know, this one time I really got mad. I was like, yo, nah, like, I'm not, like, what? Like, you're going to tell me what I'm doing? Like, oh no, you're going to fail. I'm making bread right now. Like, but that was the only
This
time.
is Slime every week on Twitter.
No, it's not.
This
I
is
don't
what
do that.
he
No.
used to do this.
I didn't even use. Yeah, I make more than a doctor.
He'd go to people on Twitter. He goes, I make more than a
I
doctor.
didn't go to people. People would come to me, be assholes, and I said,
like Victoria.
Well,
They would initiate.
Yeah, they would initiate.
And then you would bite back.
So that's all there is to it. Sometimes you got to bite back. And guess
Yeah.
what, Victoria? Adapt is on the yard now.
Yeah. He's making bands.
So
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we are kind of making
he
bands
made
too.
it on the yard.
You
So
were
now
missing
she's eating her
99 out of
words.
100 podcasts on YouTube. Let's go. That's right, baby.
Dude, on the note of it was nerdy as fucking school. We were all like, I was on a smaller team. We had a team called Vast, and but it was like notable enough in the trick shotting community where like when we were at school, we were like, no one can know that we do this. Like this is the nerdiest shit ever. And even so bad that one of our like closest friends in our friend group, guy we hung out with after school every day, just didn't know. And we would talk about it in front of him like it was sports because we knew he just didn't watch sports. So one of our best friends just had no idea that we did this for like all 4 years of high school.
It's crazy.
And it was like, why are we lying? Like, I mean, looking back, it was like so insane.
Do you feel like you're on some Hannah Montana shit?
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Dude,
you're
I
living
had
like,
2 Twitter accounts. I had a Call of Duty one, and I had one for kids at school.
yeah, like you're living like this weird double life. It's fucked up, and I don't know. It was
And your Billy Ray was FaZe Temper.
yeah. It was fun though. Like, and I look back at it, and I'm like, it's crazy that I was that young and still that committed to it. Like my mom, like I would have to finesse to even get my Xbox controllers to play the game, to make the videos, to get into FaZe.
Well, the thing is, like, with specifically trick shotting, if you were not playing every day, you were not going to hit anything.
Yeah.
Like,
it
you
was-
had to play all night to get like one clip, and you're going to get one clip every like couple weeks.
I remember I tried out for FaZe in the first FaZe 5, and it was during that era where I had to I was only allowed to play on Saturday or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I got into the top 20. I remember getting in the top 20, and I couldn't play as much as top 20. I was on like a dry streak. I only hit like a handful of clips. And I was like, fuck, I'm so close. And they announced the 5. And I remember the first person they announced, it was on June 5th. It was on my birthday. I'm like, fuck, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it today. You know what I mean? And they didn't. It was FaZe Hateful. It was FaZe fucking Hateful.
That's a
joined.
cool name.
And I was so sad,
I'm FaZe
bro.
pissed off.
I was so sad. I remember sitting on my iPod, refreshing the FaZe Clan YouTube. I'm not even trolling like this, waiting for the announcement because I knew it was going up that day. And I saw introducing FaZe Hateful, 0 views. I was like, no, bro.
You start crying in class.
I swear I started crying. No, I was at home. I was so sad, bro. And then obviously like I ended up joining later on, but
I remember trying to get into like doing clan tryouts and trying to explain to my mom like why I needed to play at a specific time in the week. It wasn't like a thing I could just get on and play because I had the same shit. I could only play on weekends. And I tried to get into like I played Nintendo games, competitive Nintendo games. So I was trying to get into a Mario Strikers clan. And I'm like trying to convince my mom why like playing at Friday at like 4 p.m. is so important to me. And I remember failing the trial and crying. I remember all of it.
She's like, why do they call it a clan?
My son wants to be in a clan.
And then she goes to your dad. She goes, you have to talk to your pussy son. He's crying. He played a soccer game and he's crying.
Look, kiddo, you can be in a clan if you want. Just don't cry.
bro, it was so hard to convince any adult of any element of what it is that you're doing on the game. It was so fucking hard.
I mean,
bro.
to be fair, we're in this room, but there's like a bunch of adapts who didn't succeed and never made it to FaZe and did spend like 5,000 hours trick shotting to not end up. So I think that's,
Some of them became MLB players.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, bro. So my friend, I don't watch baseball. My homie's watching baseball like a week ago, and it's Cleveland Guardians, the Guardians versus Dodgers. And someone on the Guardians hits a home run, and their name pops up because like they hit the home run on the graphics and stuff. And he immediately recognizes the name, and he sends me a text. He's like, "Don't we know this guy? He was in my Call of Duty clan when I was a kid."
What's his name?
Daniel Schneeman. And I was like, "Bro, that guy was in our clan."
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane? Like just someone who was just like literally a trick shotter.
Yeah.
Someone I would just play Xbox with like every day for like 3 years.
No,
It's
hits
nuts,
dingers.
bro.
No, he hits stingers, different types of shots.
Wait, I think we gotta wrap it up. But
Did
why
we
don't
find
we?
the
Can you break
trick
down
shot?
the clip?
Oh, yes,
we
this
found
is
the
it.
clip. Yeah.
This is probably my favorite trick shot ever.
I'm trying to
I
think.
don't know about best, but definitely.
Yeah, I feel like best and favorite are always different. I feel like, and it's not set up.
No.
Ooh, I've never even seen a shot from there.
People didn't even know that you could go for that. I just saw. So I'll explain it in a second.
Fucking God. Oh! Oh my word.
I can't believe.
The whistle.
Like you saw a dame walking down the street.
It's euphoria. There's nothing like it.
Bro, those reactions are so like nostalgic hearing like the Xbox mics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
But
clipping.
The reason that's my favorite is because if you look at the clip, like it's on this map raid, right? And floaters were still a thing at the time, right? Wasn't that a floater?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the only shot people would go for on raid was that Sui out the window to B bomb,
Out of
right?
the house. Yeah.
Or is it A bomb? I think it's A bomb actually. Whatever bomb is there, the guy wasn't coming out of spawn, and it's like 10 seconds left.
Right.
And see, I see someone die. I see someone die with the bomb. I'm like, okay, he's back here, right? I stun. I get a hit marker. I stun. I get a hit marker again. I'm like 6 seconds left. I might as well just go for this. And there's the only time I've ever attempted it. I thought about it in my head before, but you were never in a position where you would even be here on the map when Last Alive was there.
Yeah. So you have no clue where he is in the court. You're just fucking ripping.
I just know he's
Yeah, you just
That's
got
so
eyes
sad.
offense.
And you have that like period, that moment right after you hit it where you don't even realize you hit it. It's like you're like, wait, what the fuck did I just do? And it hits you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Because you're sending out so many, right? You're just
dude,
grinding
yeah.
for the trick shot.
He went for like that day, not that shot in that place, but like that day probably attempted like 80 other trick shots.
Right.
And that specific shot, I never attempted in a public match. It was always just a thing like you probably can relate where you be playing on a map and you're like, you would think of a shot. You're like, oh, this could be cool, but you would never go for it or try
Yeah.
it because it just was not practical.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You if you don't hit like at least 10 things the next 2 months, you're not making a montage.
yeah, and then
So
you're
it's like
cooked.
you'd have these ideas and you'd be like, I could go for that, but it would take me maybe like 4 months to hit it once.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, I don't, because like whether or not you get technically all the parts of the trick shot in, because there's a lot of things you like do in the air or whatever is one thing, but then you need the luck of the no scope, which is just a complete RNG. And everyone's got Commando Pro on because you don't want to die when you hit the
Complete
ground,
RNG.
so you don't have steady aim, so you do have less accurate no scopes too. So yeah, you were just like the people who were really good. They were also kind of outing themselves as people who play a lot.
You'd have to
You
play
just
a
have to
lot.
be on all day.
Like there's not like, because everything you just said, there's so many components and variables that need to line up. And then also you need to get lucky enough for the no scope to hit. Like people always ask like if trick shotting was skill or luck. It's just like, I feel like with anything, you have to be skilled enough to shoot in the right direction
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time. You don't know if it's going to hit though, but you have to shoot at least near him or where you
Yeah.
think he is every single time. That's the hard part.
Vast 9, show us your clip.
This was my best one, probably my favorite too, but I have two I put
The
here.
backwards ladder saw? Oh, tag flip. You tagged him. That was calm. That's really hard. to
I
do.
was like, I think I was like the first person to do this.
540 and on that ladder backwards is crazy. I've probably, you tagged him in the air. It's
In the last stand, into a headshot.
Oh, he was in last stand. Not tag shot. Tagging someone in the shot was also
Wait, go to the comments on that real
an
quick.
insane.
Go to the comments on that.
Oh, tagging
insane.
somebody midair?
Like, yeah, because it's just
That
fucking.
was one of those shots. So the story behind this, it was the same thing. I had that idea, and it was one of those shots that I would literally never go for. I just want to point out Zejim, and there's also Rain. I think not Rain. Rug is in the comments somewhere.
Zedjum is a go.
Anyway, I had this idea, and I was like, man, what if you hit someone in midair with a pistol? Because you'd always try to hit someone with your pistol before you trick shotted them to avoid getting a hit marker.
Oh, yeah, you would tag for sure.
You tag them, and I was like, well, what if you did the tag as part of the trick shot? I always had that idea, and I was like, I didn't see anyone do it. And I was on this map, and we're playing like a try-hard kid. And it was a whole thing back then. Like, people would like, if people recognized your gamer tag or whatever, they would stand still and let you trick shot. And it was called setting up. And for me, back then, it like ruined it. I was like, no, I want to hit like a fucking a plumber. I want to hit a guy who like does not want to be trick shot right now. Like he's trying his hardest to kill me, and that guy was like fucking UMP trying his hard. Had last stand on. Like no one who's standing still has last stand on.
That's why the clips where you're red, where you're getting shot at, and
Yeah.
you still hit a clip, I hold in higher, like a higher
100%.
regard.
I'd rather see like a 720 like simple whatever shot on someone who was really trying to kill you than like something crazy that was set up because you had a million opportunities to try it. But my friend comes over and rings the doorbell, and I get up, and it's in my it's in that scrapyard game, and I'm up on the ladder, and I come back in the room. My mic's not even plugged in, and I come in the room, and I'm standing up, I'm holding my controller. I'm like, hey, look at this fucking fucked up shot I'm going for. I don't even know the guy is there. Then I go for the shot, and then I see him. I just hit him with the tag, and I just hit the shot. I was just trying to show him what I was going for.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be like, oh, he's there. Shoot.
That's
oh,
so
shit.
fire.
And then hit it. And then that's why everyone.
So that was
in
the
game,
first time you ever even tried it?
That was the first time I like really tried it.
That's crazy.
And everyone in the game is like, they're like, oh, fuck, he was in last stand because my mic's not plugged in. So I'm screaming, but no one in the game knows I hit anything. So all their reactions are like so candid because they're like, oh shit, what? They only find out like after the shot gets hit.
Thank God you recorded it, because otherwise you're just telling this story as if it happened. Yeah. You know, and then it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't be telling this story. I would have committed suicide. Yeah. I want to show one more because this was like way earlier. This is like 2011, back when like shots like these were like crazy. Damn. But this was the shot, the only time, or like the first time my mom like yelled at me. Pause really quick. So this is like 3:30 a.m. on a school night. Mm-hmm. And my mom, every night, she'd come in around midnight and she'd open the door and I'd be fake sleep on the bed. And then she'd close the door and her room was on the other side of the house. And I'd get back up, I'd get back online. I'd always turn my Xbox off around midnight so I could make her think I was asleep.
Yeah, smart.
And I'd get back on. So this is about 3:30 a.m. I'm playing super light. I'm like being really quiet. And then I hit, you can press play. I hit this shot. I'd never hit anything like it before. And these are all the kids in the game are the kids, my friends at school.
That's so lit. You played with your friends at school. Damn, that was clean. In 2011?
In 2011. I think maybe 2012, maybe early 2012.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a crazy shot.
Maybe check the date. It might be 2012.
That's crazy. You played with kids from your school. You trick-shotted with kids from your school.
2011. And
Yeah, 2011,
I
that's
start
right.
fucking screaming. And my mom comes into my room and she's like, what the fuck? You're still awake. And I'm like, oh, and everyone hears it. I turn the Xbox on. But I'm too hype. I'm like, what the fuck? This is the best thing I've ever done in my fucking life. I'm like freaking out. There's a video somewhere of someone in my game recording my voice. And it's like 8 octaves higher. And I'm like freaking out.
I can't go back and watch some of my reactions because I start, like, there's clips of me even like when I'm in FaZe in like 2013 where I hit a clip and I just start freaking, like, start screaming.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of one. Like I hit a standoff window shot tomahawk across the map and I started screaming and I go back and watch it and I can't even watch it, but
Yeah. We didn't have ore farming back then.
bro.
No one was quiet after doing something cool. You were loud.
No, dude.
Yeah, but even now, like even if I'm still on the game, like I was playing Warzone last week and I hit a shot, like, you know how you can like mantle on the zip and go up?
Yeah.
I mantled on the zip and someone was sniping and I let go of the zip, scoped it on my HDR, tagged him, broke his place, got back on the zip, pulled the bullet back, got off the zip again, and then I killed him while like going, like while in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Like I started screaming like it was a trick shot from back in, like from a decade ago. And
The real you came out.
yeah.
Dude, there's only gets a little bit moments out
The young boy.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it for
It's
me
an
to
insane
this day.
dopamine hit, bro. When you hit, you see the plus
Even
500.
like a melee combo, like it feels good, but you're like, I just straight worked for that. It was all skill. There was no luck. A trick shot, like the luck factor, it's hitting at the casino. It is like a crack cocaine feeling where you're like, I've wanted that to happen for so long, and I've tried so many times, and it's like such a crazy feeling.
It really is.
I feel like it's diluted nowadays too, because it's like
For sure.
'cause it's just like I don't know what it is. It just like doesn't hit the same.
It
Even when I
doesn't,
see a
bro.
montage now, I'm kind of just like, yeah, these clips are crazier than like anything I've ever done. But I'm just like, I don't know, something about it. I'm just like, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, same. I feel like,
But if I go back and watch an old clip, I'm like, that's crazy.
yeah, 100%.
I don't know what it is.
Boomer shit.
Yeah, old head shit.
Couple of
I'm just
unks.
like
Couple
us.
of unks, yeah.
I'm just like
Couple
us.
of
On your
unks.
fucking rocking chairs. Well, that's it for us, man. We're well over, but thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. This is a vibe. This
Yeah.
whole set. We got to sit here and talk about trick shotting for like at
Yeah,
least half of this.
I'm gonna look at the graph of the viewership on this episode, and it's gonna go right in the middle.
You're riding a generational wave right
You
now.
earned this.
So yeah.
All right.
all right. It's pretty awesome.
Damn.
Well, thank you all for watching. Tune into the Primo, where
We're gonna watch the clip a couple more
We're gonna
times.
pretty
without a
much
doubt.
watch it for an hour. Let's just watch it one more
Yeah,
time.
one more time. Why not?
Yeah, actually,
Just to send us off.
So the slight adjustment at the end, you know, if I hit the bomb, it would have.
Damn, where did you go? You're not. Are you up? Are you on
Oh
your?
no, yeah. Go back. Let's go one more time. Let's just see me immediately stand up, and I'm outie. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm
Not
out.
on me, bro.
The empty camera is so funny.
Damn, you lost to a chair.
Bro.
money.
And on that note, thank you for
All right,
watching.
goodbye. See you
Thanks
next
for
time.
watching.
Take care, y'all.
Dude,
You can see him.
He had 4 abs. No, he didn't have the bottom row yet. It was all tummy.
He was flexing as hard as he ever
I
could.
can't flex
Yeah.
and show abs.
He's not vascular.
Can you flex and show abs?
Yes.
Show me.
You can't.
I just don't believe you.
Wait, maybe I'll be wrong here.
Brother, what the hell are you on?
I'm sorry.
No.
There's a line. There is a line. There's a line.
Is it where there's a line?
Yeah, there's one line. It's horizontal.
Welcome to the club.